NFL draft is a perfect embodiment of that. The GOAT, Tom Brady, drafted 199th overall. One of our friends, part of tonight's draft coverage, Kurt Warner, undrafted. Now a Hall of Famer, never...
Listening to the hottest producer online.
All right, what's going on? How's everybody tonight? Damn. We are going to do something a little bit different tonight. We are actually going to we're going to be playing games and watching the draft at the same time. We're going to watch the NFL draft, and I'm going to comment on the NFL draft as it goes. So let me get that going. I'll get on Discord here in a minute. Tell my boy that I'm probably not going to be. I'll be off and on. We're going to go live on the draft. I just got to get there. I had it up, but then try to do something different, and it kind of screwed up. I can't get my chat window to come up. Wanting me to log in. So I'll log in to my chat window. And it wants me to click school buses. Verify. Verify. Bus. Oh. Bus. There we go. Now I got it. Okay. So let's go to this one. And let me turn it up.
Another team.
We should be getting ready to be on the clock for long.
Choices in the first round in the Texans, and then another team, the Jets, and then another team, the Giants. Lots going on here. It's time for the commissioner to get.
Here comes Roger Goodale. Boo. What? He came out with Derek Carr and who?
Let's go, Las Vegas!
Marcus Allen and
Come on, Las Vegas!
who is that guy in the middle? I don't even know.
Come on!
I have no idea.
Okay.
Maybe somebody could tell me. I don't know.
Welcome to the 22 NFL Draft.
22 NFL Draft. Good job, Goodale.
As you can see, I brought some friends here with me that you might recognize.
Maybe.
Raiders Hall of Famer and Super Bowl MVP, Marcus Allen.
There you go.
And current Raiders Pro Bowlers Derek Carr and Darren Waller.
Oh, that's Darren Waller. I didn't even know.
And we have 32 sections out here of some of our season ticket holders. We're proud to have all of you right here around the stage. Thank you. And we also have already well over 100,000 people here in Las Vegas tonight for the draft. So congratulations to you guys. Thank you for being here. And as I look around in this fan section, I see the Raider fans right here in front of me, the Raiders Nation.
They're getting booed.
I see someone special right down here. Ice Cube. Cube, come on up here, baby. Come on. Come on.
Oh, they're bringing up Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. Come on, baby. Cube, you got something to say to the Raiders fans and all the other fans here today?
What's up, Las Vegas? Let's get this party started right. If y'all ready for this draft, let me hear you say, yeah. Say, oh, yeah.
Is that hurting your guys' ear balls?
We're about to do this. Raider
Hurting my
Nation,
damn
I
ear
love
balls.
you. NFL, I love you. Let's hear from the homeboy, Derek Carr. Come on up, man.
Did that hurt your guys' ear balls? Hurt my damn ear balls. I gotta lock that in. I don't know what's going on here.
This weekend is going to be awesome. Some young men's dreams are going
There
to
we
be
go.
fulfilled this
Now we
weekend.
can't go
It's just
above
the
it.
beginning. So let's make some noise for these young guys and these teams. Welcome to our great city of Las Vegas. Thank you, Commissioner.
All right, Las Vegas, it's time to get this show started. You ready? All right, here we go. The 2022 NFL Draft is now officially open. The Jacksonville Jaguars are now on the clock.
All right.
All right.
Odd to hear Cube speak on a Thursday. Kind of
A day early. He's a day early.
Right?
But Debo is a big draft.
Jacksonville's on the clock.
There is the draft room. Good to see Doug Peterson.
We're going to pull up some Elden Ring. I'm going to play some
There
Elden
is the
Ring during the middle of this draft.
Jacksonville Jaguar draft room. Not much
Sound good?
action. What are they, just sitting around? Are they catching up on what's on the DVR? I mean, come on now. The clock's going.
Hell yeah.
So
That's
the
what we're going to do.
Jacksonville Jaguars, there's their fans at their draft party. And as we know, they were in this position last year with a completely different head coach and a thought about the future. And
Yeah, they hired the wrong coach for the future. They hired a guy that was 75 years old, been coaching college.
Pick in this spot. So the best player to ensure that would be who, Daniel?
Well, for me, it's one of these pass rushers, and Aiden Hutchinson would be my selection. I think he's
It's
the
gonna
best
be
edge
Aiden
rusher
Hutchinson.
in this draft. And if you're trying to support your young quarterback that they took #1 last year, in free agency they were aggressive. They tagged Cam Robinson, their left tackle. They brought in Brandon Scherf to shore up the interior of that.
About has
line.
to be
They
Aiden
gave a bunch
Hutchinson
of money to
probably,
Christian
right?
Kirk and
Is
Evan
that what you
Ingram.
guys think?
Now it's about the defense, guys. They've got to get this defense, keep this score down, so Trevor Lawrence isn't having to throw the ball 40.
Well, they got Walker down there at number 6 for. Oh, that's Jeremiah's list. He's dumb.
Consideration there, who they think can do the same things, and that's Trayvon Walker from the University.
Yeah,
of
number
Georgia.
6,
You
Trayvon
saw
Walker.
how there wasn't a lot of activity in that Jacksonville Jaguars draft room.
They already know.
It shouldn't be. You should know who you're taking.
Yeah, they already know.
You shouldn't still be furiously doing things like we're watching draft day and asking for more information and more tape. You should have conviction that that is your guy.
That's
When
right.
you find out whether
They
Jake
already
Hutchinson,
know.
the
They already
consensus
know.
#1 guy off the edge and #1 player in this draft, or Trayvon Walker's traits and upside that Jacksonville seems to be leaning towards by the intel that we're getting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got
I gotta turn Elden Ring down, don't I?
We all loved him last year. He's got so many great positive traits to him. But then how
Shit's
can you make a
loud.
young quarterback be successful?
Trying to listen to him
you
talk.
coach the offensive line, which they did. You get him some weapons on the outside, and then you get him the ball back. So get some guys on the field that can get some sack fumbles, convert on third downs, get him the ball back so we can go be special.
And also, I'll be
There
very
you go.
honest with you, I'm sure teams that choose first overall are kind of told by the higher-ups, if you will, take your time. Let's get this draft underway. Let's get things moving. Let's get our feet wet. Let's get all the analysts talking. Yeah, let's keep this thing
Let's
a
see
little
how this is
bit,
going to work. The stream might not work
I
with
guess
Elden Ring up.
on the edge of your seat.
Well, it's
best
kind
you
of
can.
choppy already.
Joel Klatt and Kurt Warner are part of our broadcast inside the draft.
I don't like
hall,
that.
Outside in front of the fountains, just off of Las Vegas Boulevard. Gentlemen, take it over.
Really?
Seems the consensus is they're
That's
probably
shit.
going to go with a defensive end, with a pass rusher. And the question becomes about possibility. Right.
I don't like it.
That #1 overall pick. What's a team looking to do? They're looking to get a Hall of Fame player. They're looking to get a guy that they believe can change the game. Aiden Hutchinson may be the safer pick based on what he did in the production he had in college. But it's Trayvon Walker, as Charles was saying, is the guy with the upside, the guy that fascinates you with all his athleticism. And if you can turn that into production at the next level, maybe you feel you got that Hall of Fame type player.
Hey, if you're sitting at the
There you go.
blackjack
That's
table
better.
and you've doubled your money. You've done a nice job, right? It's probably time to cash your chips in and go home. You take the sure thing. The sure thing here is Aiden Hutchinson. His production is off the charts. That's been clear from the get-go. He's been the #1 player for me, for a lot of people, for DJ, throughout this entire process. He's an elite pass rusher, and make no bones about it, the Jacksonville Jaguars need double-digit sacks out of this pick, whoever it is. That's why I would be surprised if it was Trayvon Walker, only because he's a hybrid-style player, guys, and they don't need a hybrid-style player. They don't need a guy that can drop back in coverage. They need a guy that can go get 16, 17, 18 sacks, be a threat against the run game, and more importantly, be a catalyst in that locker room. And let's make no bones about it, the leader of the Michigan team that ended the drought against the team, the Buckeyes, was Aiden Hutchinson. So that leadership should not go unnoticed.
All right, about 5.5 minutes now until the Jaguars run out of time. We don't expect that to happen.
Yeah, we may
In
be
the
sitting
meantime,
here
let's
because
check
I
in
don't
for
like
the
the way
first
the
time
stream worked
the
with
draft
with
open
Elden Ring loaded
with,
up.
Ian Rappaport here on NFL Network. Ian, what can you tell us?
Rich, owner Shad Khan came into the building on Wednesday to discuss this pick for the final time with general manager Trent Baalke and Coach
I wonder
Doug
if I ought
Peterson.
to
But the
play.
reality is, from my understanding, this was not a difficult decision for the
Let's
organization.
see what happens if
You
I
guys
try
talk about
Fortnite.
traits, you talk about upside. That is why so many people in the NFL around this pick believe that is going to be Trayvon Walker. The name Aldon Smith comes up all the time with his length, his upside, perhaps Trent Baalke ends up with his version in Jacksonville.
Let's see if this slows it down some.
Right now. You don't see
Elden Ring slowing it down bad.
The pick is in. The pick is now, in fact, in. And the way it works for those who might be new to this thing is that pick is sent in officially to the NFL, and they immediately let the Lions know who has been selected. So the Lions know what's going on. That card is now being written on in
the Lions are probably going to take Trayvon Walker.
The stage to be handed off to the commissioner of the NFL and read out. The fact that it could be Walker, could this be, again, mentioned, a hybrid player and how he can drop into coverage, he can go hunt the quarterback, he can do a lot in this copycat league. His selection,
but nobody knows
overall,
for sure.
The Micah Parsons effect in a way.
Different though. To me, he drops a little bit in coverage. He doesn't do that nearly as much as Micah Parsons. He's not going to play off the ball. He's actually going to slide in. He's going to rush inside over a guard. He might be the best interior pass rusher in this draft.
I've never streamed Fortnite. I started playing it this morning. It's really, to be honest, my first time.
But when you draft him here at number 1, they're going to ask you to do something else. They're asking him now to go be that edge rusher that you didn't see as much of in Georgia, where he's playing inside in a 5 technique.
I played on, my grandson played on 423. I played on 427. Played yesterday, actually, last night. I didn't play it this morning. I played it last night.
Every place he's been, he's done something special. He just hasn't been in one place very long. So if they can put him in one place, you think those unbelievable abilities are going to show up, and this kid could be a dominant.
3 wins.
So
5 top 10s, 8 top 25s. That's pretty good. Don't you think?
Mulling over their first of 2 first-round selections. They have this one that they earned based on their record from last year, and their final first-round pick, currently slated to be the last one of the night, since they acquired it along with Jared Goff for none other than Matthew Stafford to be sent to Los Angeles. I need to turn that down a little bit, though, huh? We're about to see another Georgia Bulldog be selected first overall, or it could be Aiden Hutchinson, or a complete surprise. Let's see what we've got. The first ever draft class announcement of 2022, and the first ever draft choice announced in Las Vegas, Nevada.
There you go.
With the first pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trayvon Walker.
Wow.
Linebacker, Georgia.
Wow.
All right, so let's check out the fam cam.
Wow, I figured Aiden Richardson.
He is a Georgia Bulldog. What a season it was for the Georgia Bulldogs, winning a national championship.
Number 1 pick, Trayvon Walker. Look at that.
First overall pick in the 2022 draft, celebrating. And he is the first Georgia Bulldog to be chosen first overall since Matthew Stafford, who is a Super Bowl champion now in Los Angeles.
Give his mama a kiss. Look, his mama's crying.
The Jaguars select, as you were suspecting over the last
he just got rich.
Hours, the Georgia Bulldog.
And he's going to first day dominate against the run. And when
he
you're
just
in
got
this
rich.
division with Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor, that's a nice bonus here. When we talk about all of his pass rush and what he can be there, right now he's already a dominant run defender. Here he is coming off the edge. You can see this in flashes, the quickness, the burst.
Yeah, what's he going to do? Hell, he ain't as big as Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry going to plow him over.
Here he is. Watch him dump this guard. Get your hands inside.
That's a big old boy he just threw down.
And pick up a sack. How about, can you set a physical edge? Talked about his dominance against the run. He resets the line of scrimmage. Those 35-inch arms, that's where those come into play. The athleticism and the effort. Here he is working against Alabama. This is an Alabama wideout. And watch Trayvon Walker at 270-plus pounds, hauling him down from behind. And this is one of my favorite plays. You drop him in coverage. The change of direction there, that's like a 220-pound linebacker, except that's a 275-pound defensive end.
Ooh.
I think when you look at it all and put it all in total and all
damn,
talk about what projections,
270 pounds.
All those things.
The next pick is in.
As the opposite side edge rusher. So you can play a few extra games with Trayvon Walker. And, Coach, how often are you playing your regular defense anyway?
This is easy. This is Aiden Hutchinson right here.
He's winning over those guards as well.
Yeah, 2 things they know. It's a quarterback league, and it's a league of freaks, and this guy's a freak.
Come on, get to the pick.
Have made their selection. The Texans are now a minute into their process. They're on the clock. Ian Rappaport, you have the floor.
Rich, 2 weeks before the draft, Trayvon Walker suffered a serious scare. Sources tell me and Tom Pelissero that he was in a car accident running into 2 parked cars in Athens somehow emerged unscathed. No injuries, no citations, but a scare for sure.
Wow. So we've got Trevon Walker. Well, at least he could afford to buy himself a new car based on being the first overall pick in this draft. Do you think this is Aiden Hutchinson coming up here?
Aiden Hutchinson ran fast at the combine. I think they ran that card up even faster. I mean, that card was in a second. It feels like
Let's
it has
do
to be
this.
a hometown
We don't
guy,
need this
Aiden
full
Hutchinson.
screen, do we?
Just the post-it that Sonny Weaver Jr. had
don't
at
need
Jura
this.
draft day.
Sonny Weaver
Hutchinson,
Jr.?
No matter what.
Well, we'll find out. The Michigan Wolverine from the Legacy family.
We'll
His
go
dad,
right
Chris
there. We're going to go ahead and
Hutchinson, we
play.
saw him
Oh, I
earlier,
don't think I can do that, can I?
On our broadcast with his son. It was his
That's a
sack record
good
at
try.
Michigan that Aiden Hutchinson broke, and what Aiden Hutchinson meant for the Michigan program this year, coming back and doing what he did was incredibly special. We'll see if he doesn't have to move his stuff very far. The Detroit Lions in the second overall selection in this draft. It's time to hear it from Roger Goodell.
This is Aiden Hutchinson. It's a hands down.
With the second pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Defensive end, Michigan.
So the hometown kid is being drafted by the hometown team.
Wonder if that's his favorite
Lions
team.
Take one of the most decorated Michigan Wolverine players sent to the next level.
You better get down.
We've seen in
You
quite
better get
some
down.
time.
I'm trying to
And
watch
Aiden
the draft.
Hutchinson is a Detroit Lion.
This team was 31st in the league in third down defense last year. They were 30th in sacks. This is going to change with Aiden Hutchinson. He is a polished professional pass rusher. He can beat you with speed. He can beat you with power. He's going to get a handful of them just purely off of the maniacal effort that he plays with, Charles.
And this is more than just what you're
I like
getting
Trayvon
with
better,
all of that as
to be
well.
real honest.
The Detroit Lions continue to talk about their culture, changing their locker room, changing the forces that are there in Detroit. And I get the sense from management there, David Shaw, that this is a management that's willing to work with Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, the GM, build this locker room, build this group. Aiden Hutchinson fits everything you're looking for. And one last thing, he journals all the time. You guys know he writes every night. You think going number 2 when he thought he was going number 1 won't be in his journal as well? Give this guy a little extra motivation.
Yeah, and here's a guy that doesn't need any motivation, but he's got another chip on his shoulder. This guy is violent. He is passionate. He is a game changer. We can't wait to watch him play.
All right, let's go to the tape here and show you why he's my top player in this year's draft.
Yeah, I don't know.
class. You talk about highlight plays in big games. That's what he did this last year. How about power? Watch his takeoff right here. Get your hands inside. Little push and pull move
Who's
right
next?
here.
Who's next?
And get over the top and finish. He is
Houston.
an
What
outstanding
does Houston
finisher
do?
with heavy hands. You want to slip blocks? He saw
Who's they got as
coverage
their
all year
quarterback?
long with tight ends and backs, showing you the instinct
Davis?
to be able to work through all that traffic to get home.
They ain't gonna draft a
Against
quarterback.
The run, much like we said with the first overall
I'll be
pick,
surprised if
this
the
is an
quarterback even goes in the
outstanding run
first round, to be
defender.
honest.
He's going to crush tight ends. Here he is, lateral range and effort. I can't stress it
Maybe.
enough. Every time there was a big moment for the Michigan football team this year, Rich, as you know, this guy was in the middle of it.
Yes, he got me off the couch more than anybody else. Let's put it that way. And then, of course, he is the highest drafted defensive player out of Michigan ever.
Really?
In the common era of the draft, beating
Wow.
Charles Woodson by the Raiders and was 4th overall in '98. Time for Welcome to Prime Time, delivered by Pizza Hut. Take it away, Melissa Stark.
Well, Rich, you and I talked
Oh, welcome
earlier
to prime
about
time. You
that
ain't got
Dan
prime time
Campbell,
doing it?
Lions head coach, had your number on speed dial. Could this be a more perfect fit for you?
No, it's great. I'm happy I get to go back to Detroit, go back to Motor City, hopefully win some ball games and you know, get back to winning. I'm fired up. It's made a great decision.
They're hoping you win some ball games too. All right, you showed me earlier on the red carpet the inside of your suit jacket. Can you show everyone here and explain what's written inside?
So inside the suit jacket, my mom made it. It is all my visualizations and manifestations from all my journaling the past 5 years, and we put it on both sides of the jacket.
All right.
Stuff like I'm going to be a first-team All-American, I'm going to be a Heisman finalist, and you know a lot of that stuff came true. So it's
Let's,
nice about myself.
It was sort of hard to read.
Durable,
but there are many
solo.
journals for 5 years.
Let's play some.
over that.
What do you say?
Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Rich.
All right. That's a, if you will, former Silver Dome lining right in there in that jacket for Aiden Hutchinson, who is a Michigan Wolverine legacy back in the day. at
Play
the
some
big house
solos.
with his father.
Like I said, I just
There
started
he
playing
is,
this game. I've already got 3 wins.
growing
I
up
thought I was
in
playing in the
maize and
tutorial.
blue, eventually
I had
playing
no
for
idea.
The Wolverines, breaking his dad Chris's sack records.
I don't know how to dance. I've just learned how to crouch. Oh, she loves teddy bears.
He is growing up, and then moments
I don't even
ago,
know how to
a
do that.
dream realized him in the draft room, hugging his dad as he's the 2nd overall pick in the draft.
Who just got rickrolled?
In the state of Michigan, playing his professional football for the Detroit Lions.
How do you
trying to change
dance?
The culture and the fortunes of that hard-bitten franchise. Aiden
I don't even know.
Hutchinson,
I have no idea.
2nd overall pick in the draft. The Texans have made their selection.
And then
It
they're
will
thanking
be
the bus
announced
driver.
shortly.
Well, thank
The
you.
Jets are now on the clock.
Yes.
Here in Las Vegas. All right, we're going to take
I haven't
a
even
break, but
opened all the map. Look at this.
We're going to stay here now in Las Vegas. What do you think the Texans are going to do here, Daniel?
Well, there's been talk about offensive linemen, and with Ike Ekwonu being there, Derek Stingley's been the name you've heard come up over the last week as well, corner from LSU.
Got a text from an NFL personnel person who said the draft starts at 3. Everyone always thought 6 with Carolina. It's 3 with Houston. We'll find out here.
Okay. Lovie Smith now back in the National Football League as a head coach. Houston Texans with David Culley, one and done, as we all know. Davis Mills is sitting right there right now as the quarterback.
Which I'm not in the room, but if I have a vote, I'd say protect Davis Mills. My 2 cents.
Well, they have every possible pass protector on the board. They have every defensive player not named Trevon Walker or Aiden Hutchinson on the board. The commissioner of the NFL about to come out. Here he is with the Texans' choice, while the Jets are almost 3 minutes on the clock.
With the 3rd pick
Uh-oh.
in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Derek Stingley Jr., defensive back, LSU.
Okay, so the first corner off the board is
That was
Derek
weird.
Stingley Jr., and he goes to the Texans.
Yeah, this one's a surprise to me. I thought Sauce Gardner would be the first corner, but you
Yeah.
go back to 2019.
I mean, how do you not
and
pick a
that
guy named
version of Derek
Sauce?
Stingley's as good as anybody in this entire draft class. Very fluid, smooth athlete. The speed to be able to carry these vertical routes without any issues. Plant and drive on the ball. You see the burst, the change of direction. Watch him finish here, pick off the football. That's something he did in 2019 6 times. He's got that my ball attitude once it goes up in the air. 50-50 balls. We talk about those with wide receivers. It's not 50-50 odds when you're going up against Derek Stingley down the field. And then here's
Somebody
some of the
shot at
toughness.
me.
This kind of came and went a little bit this year. That was a glimpse, the flashes of the good.
Yep, there he
There
is.
was some that wasn't so good in terms of that aggressiveness and toughness against him.
Well, you talk about competitiveness. How about against Jamar Chase in college, in practice? He got to work against him. He got to work against Justin Jefferson. He's working against some top receivers that freshman year. And you know this is when he's wearing 7. This is a big deal for Derek Stingley there. The most talented corner in this draft came off the board.
All right, great shot from the fan cam presented by Lowe's. There he was, putting on his new lid.
Okay, that didn't work out quite so good on me on that one.
Right here in Vegas, celebrating the moment with.
It's gonna be kind of hard
with the
listening
Jets'
to
choice,
the.
5 minutes and counting. So we've gotten 3 defensive players to start. Will we make it 4? Find out when we come back to Vegas.
I'll turn this down just a hair. No, not mute. Then we're gonna turn this back up just a hair. How'd that be? How come I can't? There we go. There you go. Save. Battle bus. The battle bus is launching. Okay. I have to go someplace new. I've been there a couple times. And we're floating right above it. Let's go. They don't tell you how many people are. Go there. Go there. That sound good? I don't know. Ah, I just realized there's a shield bar. So you drink the blue stuff to get into the shield bar. Is that what you do? Well, I hope I can make it there. Don't look like it. Going to the McDonald's? No. No, we're not. We're going right there.
How powerful is an Invisalign smile? So powerful, you can face anything, even these faces. Invis is a powerful thing. Invis is the clear aligner brand most trusted by doctors and more predictable. Invisalign.
I've been everywhere up here.
Mom means love. She opened our hearts to laughter and opened her ears.
Getting outdoors is all about the experience. Thrill, clean ingredients like coconut oil, activated charcoal, and shea butter. Everyman Jack, naturally derived outdoor inspired.
Where would you go if you had 30 miles of range and all terrains higher?
I haven't even given time to collect shit.
Wherever you want. Fully redesigned, one-wheel GT.
Okay, we're back here in Las Vegas. We're not in front of the New York casino, but the draft is figuratively in front of that right now as the Jets and Giants go back to back. And then the Giants pick again in 7, and then the Jets. In this draft, the Jets giving out a nice Sopranos meme. The late James Gandolfini, diehard Jet fan right there. All I know is that if I don't get sauce now, I'm going to go all Paulie Walnuts on everybody and everybody else. So the Jets took about almost 8 minutes. What do you think the debate was in that draft room? They're now celebrating their selection.
Well, having worked with Joe Douglas in Baltimore, this decision was
Man.
made several days ago. They have their board set. They don't vary from it, so they're just checking off the names as they come off the board.
Guys, the first 2 picks, 2 of the picks that were traits and upside over the consensus ranking going into it. Walker over Hutchinson at 1, Stingley over Gardner at 3. I think Gardner comes off the board here at 4 for the Jets, and you get the guy that many people said was the consensus #1 corner in this draft.
Absolutely, I'm with you, Charles. I mean, the athleticism of Stingley is unquestionable. Supreme athlete when he's healthy, but now you got a chance to get a big, long, physical corner that is, based on this year's tape, is the best corner.
We saw him walking in, didn't we? And we've seen him before.
Yeah.
Still, we went, my goodness, that's a big corner.
Stingley is incredibly athletic. Sauce
Revolver.
Gardner's arms are 3 inches longer, and he looks like a giant out there. So I think they've got a
No
chance.
damn
if that is the
revolver.
pick, to get
There a
all those
toolbox
traits
here or something?
With all that production, and the next touchdown he gives up will be the first one in a very long
That
time.
thing out.
He was on my show the other day. Last time he gave up a touchdown, he said, "I don't remember."
Wrong way.
That's what he said.
It's important for corners to have a short memory, but
I ain't got shit for guns either.
I hear you. Even if he
I
had
got
long
trash.
You still can't remember it. It didn't happen at Cincinnati, where he was part of the Bearcats championship run this year. But this is the Jets. You never know. They have every offensive player on the draft board available for them to select. Let's see what the Jets do with their first of 2 top 10 picks.
With the 4th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Sauce Gardner.
Wow.
Defensive back, Cincinnati.
Guys, I'm going to get emotional. It's misty here, and it's not because of the fountain. I think this guy is exactly what the Jets need.
Why would they
not just
take-
defensively, but for the team.
Oh, the Jets. Yeah, they needed him.
To try
Oh.
and start winning now. I absolutely adore this kid. I think he's going to be a star in the NFL. And it starts right here with this stroll. We're now a little bit of a jog to the podium.
And Charles, they're going to see some explosive offenses. We know what Buffalo has. We know what you saw in Miami with Tyreek Hill. This is a moving target.
And look at him. See the change in direction? I mean, it's really strong right there. Coach Shaw, when you watch Sauce Gardner,
I'm getting a bunch of
two
shit.
things come to mind. First,
Oh.
when you watch him, you know the traits. But the second part is the college coach.
That's a burst pistol though, but what's that? Common. I'll get overran here, I think.
Marcus Freeman said, "I will not call you that. I am this." The commissioner just rolls right to the podium, breaks out Sauce right away.
Well, Marcus Freeman said that he wasn't going to call another grown man Sauce until he got into the game against UCF when he got pushed into a game when they thought he was still too green for it. He returns one to the house, and Freeman said, I'm going to call you Sauce now. Told him that on the sideline. But Fickle still has not done that. He said he would not do that until he's in the NFL. And Sauce told me the other day on my show, I'm not leaving Vegas until I see Coach Fickle and have him call me Sauce.
They're like two people right there.
Middleman went right to it.
Yeah, just get right to it. I'll tell you what, this is going to be a fun player to watch in this Jets defense. Long and rangy. To be that long, usually you're a little tight. He is very loose, very fluid. He's not as heavy as Antonio Cromartie, but that same height and length and athleticism and toughness. As you see him here, watch him close up in the flat. He's a firm tackler out there in space. The length plays. He's always going to be in phase. Even if you get 2 steps ahead of him, with that arm length, he's able to just cut you off, find the football. Here he is again.
Fuck, I need to go that way.
That ability to mirror and match from off coverage, drive on the football. He got his hands on multiple balls each year at Cincinnati. 3 interceptions a year, and there was a few
people
house calls
everywhere
mixed in there. And I love the attitude and the swagger that he brings. This Jets team has lost a lot of football games. They need a little bit of that in that locker room.
Yeah, I was with Richard Sherman for a long time. This guy brings that kind of attitude, that kind of mentality, that kind of confidence, the length, the athleticism, the ability to cover down in tight spaces. This guy's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, my God. As if I'm not jumping out of my skin enough, you just comped him with Richard Sherman. I'll take that. Can't wait for this chat. Welcome to Primetime, delivered by Pizza Hut. Take it away, Melissa.
Rich Eisen, I know you are anxiously awaiting this one. All right, you are the newest member of the New York Jets. How does that sound to you?
It sounds great, man. You know, that was the plan all along. I just wasn't saying too much, man. I'm extremely blessed. Shout out to Rich. You know, I'm gonna make sure I go to the Jets, you know, make sure I bust.
They're gonna need you. They want to start winning. All right, tell us, we talked a little bit. This one's.
The Jets, man. Extra sauce. You know, this right here, this new pendant, man, that's the extra sauce.
The funny thing is New York is such a tough media, and the fans are so tough, but you've got the nickname, you've got
I don't know what that happens when you're blue. That means you got bought it, or I have no idea. Run!
Planet Sauce. There you go. Highest drafted quarterbacks in the college era. We've seen a few. Last time. 1990.
Nah, bull. Got me with the shotgun. I had nothing. I had shit guns the whole time. Alright, let's do it again. The Giants pick is in. I know it's not Elden Ring yet, but we got 2 of them, huh? By the way, I just want to say this real quick. See this stuff right here? It's chewing tobacco. Don't start doing this. If you have any desire to think you want to start, don't. It's very addictive. As you can see, I got it in my mouth. I'm swimming around. Got shit. Don't. Just don't. Just don't. Okay? Looks like I'm chewing on bubble gum. I'm not. Oh, they were doing bougie. How did they get by with doing that music for this game? I guess it's not copyrighted on our stream. I don't know. No idea. No idea whatsoever. Okay, we are going right over the top of my area that I like. So we're not going there. We're going to go there somewhere. Yeah, we're going to go this way. We're just going to push the button, and wherever we land, we land. Our Giant selection is in.
I'm joined by Sam Prince, a lifelong Giants fan and Make-A-Wish kid.
Hurry up and do it. Look, he's nervous. Look, his lips quivering. I'd be nervous too in front of that many people. I would for a second.
Tonight, his wish to announce the Giants' first pick comes true. We hope this wish will be a turning point for Sam as he looks forward to being a sports broadcaster in the future.
I'm being shot at already.
Time to get your wish true, baby.
Thank you, Mr. Goodell. With the 5th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Kayvon Thibodeau, defensive end, Oregon.
Okay. Wow. Giants fans get their pass rusher, and as if there's not enough wattage coming to New York with Sauce Gardner, here comes Kayvon Thibodeau. Won't that be a fun back and forth in New York for quite some time?
There's a lot of personality with those two young men. And Kayvon Thibodeau, Charles, the best get-off of any of the pass rushers in this year's draft.
Yeah, and listen, we thought a couple of different ways for the Giants. Remember, the picks at 5 and 7.
I think I went the
Could
wrong
they take
way.
the offensive lineman at 5? That felt like what we thought was going to happen. I know I did. And then at 7, was it the pass rusher or was it a wide receiver? We've got our second surprise to me in this draft.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
To the Texans. And here Thibodeau at 5, only because
I leveled up just from running.
Lineman first and come back get the pass rusher second, coach.
But as DJ just said, this guy's got the best first step in the draft. He is explosive, he is rangy, he is long, he is physical against the run when it's run at him. This guy can be a game changer. Doesn't matter if it's rain, sleet, or snow. This guy can get off and rush the passer.
Well, how much were you circling his tape when you guys wound up playing Oregon, Coach Shaw?
Well, every game you play, there's a guy that you have to prepare for, and this is a guy you have to prepare for. You've got to stay between him and the quarterback. But he makes that
guns?
because he also has every pass rush move.
Oh, there's a gun. Come on, baby.
Did you do extra with it?
Yes.
Did you have to do extra with it?
We blocked him pretty
What's
well.
that?
He was close a lot.
But I mean, you
Okay, I don't know what that
he
is.
spins the game around the quarterback.
Look at this.
I have
right
no
there,
idea what that
the
is.
Make-A-Wish kid. This is so neat, so fun.
Thibodeau and Sauce. We're going to have a Broadway off.
Let me just tell you this. I'm not telling any tales out of school here on behalf of New York sports fans. Last few years, it's been pretty good. And that's being generous between the Jets.
Yeah, I
and
need to go
Giants.
that way.
For Sauce
At least
and
got me a
Thibodeau to
gun.
come back to back, and now they've got 2
Let's
more
do
picks to come. It's
this,
a nice
though.
shot in the arm. What about this kid appeals to you?
Well, I mentioned that get off. Sean Merriman was who he reminded me of. When you remember Sean Merriman young in his career, when he would get off the
Field
rock
limit
and
reach?
get underneath guys, coach,
Fine.
do like the lights out dance here off to
Weird.
the side. But he's explosive. Again, upfield, then he sets that up. He's going to beat you with an up and under. Once you overcommit to counter that speed, you open up inside, he's going to take it. Here he is at the point of attack, shedding blocks, using that length to be able to free himself. Again, look at him get off the ball. He has a couple offsides penalties, but it looks like he's offsides every snap just because of how dynamic and explosive he is getting up the field. Here's the flash, the power. We talk about that long arm, your inside arm. Get that in your chest and walk you back to the quarterback. And if you want to kick him inside and let him beat up on some of these NFL guards, he can do that as well.
And the draft party is on in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Meanwhile, the Panthers have less than 3.5 minutes to go for their pick at 6. Every offensive player is available, both tackles, every quarterback. We'll see what they're going to choose. But Kayvon Thibodeau is a New York Giant. And as you could see, the Oregon Ducks since 2015 have been sending Some bold-faced names to the National Football League, to say the least.
And it's worked well. Take a look at that list. Mariota's second quarterback went to the playoffs before he lost his job. DeForest Buckner, you can't block him now in Indianapolis. Herbert's a star. Thibodeau's coming in now. I mean, Sewell should be the left tackle for Detroit. They've got it.
And Mariota is the starting quarterback in Atlanta as we're talking right now. Welcome to the Prime Time presented by Pizza Hut. Take it away, Melissa Stark.
He is dancing on stage.
What is that?
What do you expect?
Bad miss? I have no idea what that is.
Confidence, and now you are headed to the Big
No
Apple.
idea.
You said you knew.
I knew. I manifested.
How do I?
We had great talks. He FaceTimed me right before I got on the plane. And he was excited to
Ah.
talk to me, and I knew it was
I can
time.
hide in a porta potty.
Celebrating right out here with Roger and that young man that was so special.
It was just a blessing, man. I can't even believe to be a part of this. I watched it for so many years, and just to be a part of a family, an organization like this is ridiculous.
So exciting. Well, they've had a lot of losing seasons, and you bring a lot of hope.
I don't know how to change them stuff over there. No idea.
So Sauce and Thibodeau, man. That's the new, as you said, off-Broadway act, huh? They'll soon be going to Broadway. Yes, right there. It's Sam and Kayvon, though, enjoying it on the screen. Panthers have picked. We'll get their pick announced in a moment.
Live in-game betting came to me in a fever dream.
Peyton, I love what you and Eli are doing on Monday nights.
Thanks.
That's common.
do it with him, Cleo. This gravy is outstanding.
I just love the look of the Caesar Superdome.
It was all Cleo's
Common,
idea.
common. Whoa.
She's the brains behind.
Bet that's
Team
underneath
Caesar.
there. Yep.
Yeah, we knew that.
Caesar tells the joke tonight.
Oh,
So which one of you
nice.
legendary quarterbacks is going to pass me the gravy? That's a legendary. It's okay.
Now I got some shit.
Thank you, Eli.
Pepper, oh no, they didn't. Papa John just took their signature pepperoni and handed
Oh,
up
man.
inside that garlic-kissed crust. Oh, now that's an epic pepperoni
Ooh,
stuffed
combat.
crust pizza like no mouth
Rare.
has ever seen.
Be ready for any arena in the all-new LX600.
Oh, I know what I need to do. Hold on. I need to turn this down a little bit. There you go. I can hear shit. Hey, 25. Oh no, I want the rare one. Rare ones are better, right? What is this? What? I don't know. Go smash it. Ah. Let's do it again. I got this turned down too low, I think. I got it off. I gotta be able to hear the ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a. You know what I mean? Gotta be able to hear the ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a. So this is my first time streaming Fortnite. It's like my second time playing the game.
To hear
So
the Carolina Panthers pick. It is the first draft since 2013.
I actually downloaded it for my grandson, and
Will that change
I
here?
started playing it, and
The
it's
Panthers'
actually
only
kind of fun.
selection between now
Be honest.
and fourth round, unless they switch things around, trade into it. Here's the commissioner of the NFL with a highly anticipated pick. Carolina going quarterback. Every offensive player
Carolina Panthers select Ikem Ekwonu.
Tackle.
North Carolina State.
Okay, so they go for a pass protector, and they choose the kid from Carolina, North
Hey, where we're
Carolina
going?
State, to stay right there in North Carolina.
Where have we not
And what do
been?
you think of this pick?
I love this pick. I thought he was a second.
go over
He
here.
was my third best player in this entire draft. I thought he was the best tackle, and that was a screaming need, Charles, for the Carolina Panthers. They could not leave this draft without a starting tackle.
A lot of Panther fans screaming, don't take the quarterback, get us the tackle. We thought that they might have to make a decision on the tackle. As it turned out, Coach Shaw, they were able to pick the number 1 tackle on their board, Ikem Ekwonu. And what I like about him here, we know he's a road grader in the running game, so Christian McCaffrey's going to love that. He'll continue to get better in the passing game and help them overall.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Christian McCaffrey's healthy, and my pick already for the comeback player of the year. And you've got a violent, athletic, physical run blocker and a great pass setter. This guy's a special talent. When you watch him, there's a guy that's that big should not be able to move that quickly.
So the choice is not a quarterback. Let's put a pin in that for the moment. It is Ekwonu, not Neal. And it is somebody who one thinks will do the job to protect whoever plays quarterback and then keep Christian McCaffrey in the pink as well.
Yeah, they're going to like him in the running back room and the quarterback room. He's got the hands of a heavyweight and the feet of a lightweight. Was around Jason Peters with the Philadelphia Eagles. He has that type of movement, that type of athleticism, but here's the heavy hands.
Oh,
Once
look
he
at
gets
that.
his hands on you, it's over. The athleticism to reach on the backside. Can you cut off? Absolutely. Able to wall that off on
Oh,
the
I got some
backside.
bullets
Then
from the
this is
trash
fun
can.
stuff. Get him up to the second level and watch bodies go flying with Ikem Ekwonu.
Ikem
Linebackers,
Ekwonu.
corners, it doesn't matter who you are, he's coming for you. Here he goes on a throwback screen, and I pity this corner. You do not want to be in this situation. Just get out of bounds and get out of his way. He's going to send you flying into the air, and he's going to jump on top of you for a little extra. At NC State, Charles, they give them bottles of syrup for pancake blocks. You could fill up this lake behind us with all the syrup he collected at NC State.
I certainly hope they gave him some of that light stuff, because otherwise his diet goes out of whack.
Yes. Time to welcome Ikem Ekwonu to Primetime, delivered by Pizza Hut. Melissa?
Rich, as Icky was putting on the Carolina
Is it on a
Panthers
bench
hat
press?
and looking in the mirror back there, he just kept saying, wow. You're staying home. Can you believe it?
What the hell is that?
This whole moment is surreal. In fact, you know, I've been growing up being a Carolina Panthers fan, and now I'm about to be.
The hell is that?
This is going to be easy for you. The strongest of the Carolina Panthers as of late. So tell the fans why there's hope.
And I'm just going to do everything I can to be the best player, best person I can be. I'm from the area, but I love Southern so much. I'm just going to do everything I can and get myself involved with the community and just be the best person I can.
Oh, it's a freaking tank.
Man, I just love the Panthers so much, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Love that smile. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So the Panthers have selected. Joel Klatt, take it away.
Well, Rich, you talked about all the aggressiveness, and that's right. All the pancakes, DJ, you talked about it. One of the reasons why is his leverage and his ability to play with leverage. Where did he learn that? He was a high school wrestler, won a state champion as a high school wrestler. Actually finished 12th in the nation at 285 pounds. Very aggressive, smart kid, was recruited by the Ivy Leagues. That's where his aggressiveness comes in. That's why you see so many guys hitting the ground when he's blocking them in the run game.
Ian, take it away.
Guys, with the Carolina Panthers taking a tackle, their top player on their board, this now brings them back into the picture potentially for Baker Mayfield. Scott Fitter has had some interest in Baker Mayfield for some time. We wanted to see if they came away with a quarterback. Tonight, in the end, of course, they do not, so don't be surprised if they circle back on Baker with the Browns in the coming days.
Okay, let's see. As a quarterback has now
sniper rifle.
been passed over for 6 straight picks, and now the Giants
No,
are
that's not a
picking at
sniper
7,
rifle.
as the Falcons are now on the clock, just 2 minutes in. No trades yet, as the Giants are sitting
Better
here.
get moving. I'm gonna be late.
And we're going to get their pick in just 15 seconds time. So who do they add to Kayvon Thibodeau?
2 of those top tackles still up there. I think when all 3 of those guys are on the board,
I drive
that's why they
this
went
thing?
defense first, knowing they'd get a tackle here with this one.
Yeah, if you take Thibodeau first, the wide receiver, I think, out of it. It's got to be one of those tackles.
My God, you're serious? I can drive this? How do you drive? on off-roading.
What I love about this is he's played right tackle, and I think that's where he's going to play for the Giants. When you look at their pick, Andrew Thomas, and how he progressed last year, Charles, how much better he played, I think he's going to stick it left. I think Evan Neal's going to be your day one starting right tackle.
Yeah, because if he's made that progress at left tackle, starting to get his confidence, you don't want to switch him again when you have a viable option. And Evan Neal, because of his versatility, these three offensive tackles, my father was a road grader, right? Pass protection is the answer. And this was the most versatile offensive tackle to draft Evan Neal.
6'7.5", and a slim 337 pounds. This guy has a feet of a ballerina. He is quick. You see him redirect the pass protection.
Look at this shit. Taking this big old bus off-roading. Am I cool or what? Uh-oh.
He's going to be able to plug right in, and he's going to be able to play. Balance is the key for him. When he can stay on balance, he's going to win every time. There are times he gets a little over his skis and he can hit the deck. When he's in balance, he's going to win. The awareness is what in Alabama. Twists and stunts, no problem for him. In the run game at Alabama, you know you're going to be able to create movement at the point of attack, or you won't get on the field.
Ah.
He shows you the ability to drag it 3-4 yards off the line. And then working up to the second level, this is another area where I thought we saw improvement from him. Here he is at right tackle. He's on the right out of the screen as a linebacker.
I have no idea where I want to go.
Joe Shane, I think they're adding a little identity here. Up front on defense and now on the offensive line. This is going to be a physical group.
There's 8 teams with multiple
Uh-oh.
round selections tonight. Barring trades, we're going to have 8 pairs of prospects. You have to think going in, they'd assigned for Thibodeau and Neal prior to the draft. And that's that box John was referring to right there.
This came at us, though, guys, in reverse, didn't it? I mean, when you really think about it, we thought it'd be the offensive tackle at 5 for the Giants, and then come back at 7 and get the pass rusher
or receiver.
And it turned out Thibodeau went first, and they still had their choice of 2 of the top pass protectors.
But I do think that they read it, and they read it correctly and said, with all these tackles here, let's just get the pass rusher in the boat, and then we can get a tackle with the next one.
Falcons have 4.5 minutes now to make their choice. Every wide receiver is
I
available.
really like to have a sniper rifle.
Available. Do you think that's where the Falcons will go, or they think that they need to jump on a pass rusher while the getting's good right now? What do you think?
Their pass rush last year, they were dead last. They had 18 sacks, and 8.5 of those left in free agency. So they've got to get to the quarterback. Now, wide receiver is also a screaming need. Quarterback, I don't think their quarterback of the future's on the roster. I would imagine that quarterback's coming in the years to come. I don't think that comes right here at number 8.
No, I know wide receivers being screamed about because Ridley's no longer there and helping Mariota. But to me, you better go get one of these pass rushers right here, right now. Jermaine Johnson's still sitting on the board right there. They have it. Listen, you go to
that's what I'm talking about.
Where's Chuck Smith? Where's John Abraham? They've got to get a pass rusher off the edge.
Jermaine Johnson is the name that's screaming off my
I'm
my
set
right now. 70 tackles, not just sacking the quarterback, but this guy plays the run, he plays the pass, he plays with great effort, great intensity. He's got length and strength. I think that would be a great fit.
So the pick is in. The Seahawks are now on the clock. Again, they traded into this spot for Russell Wilson and Evan Neal, by the way, while we're just still waiting to hear the Falcons pick. Evan Neal is a Giant because the Chicago Bears rang them up last year and said we'd like to trade up for Justin Fields. So that pick turned into Evan Neal, and Kayvon Thibodeau is the other Giants
Shotgun.
first-round selection.
I don't want no
It's
damn
now
shotgun.
time for the Atlanta Falcons to let us know who the 8th overall pick is before the Seahawks choose in the top 10. That's a rarity for them in the Pete Carroll era, and then the Jets will choose
back there.
one more time. So every receiver's available, but you just think
There's
it's,
all
it's
that
the kid
shit.
from Florida State that they got to go get right now.
That would be the 4th edge rusher. I mean, they are flying off the board tonight.
All right, the commissioner of the NFL is going to come out with this pick. And then the Seahawks and Jets finish up the top 10 here in Las Vegas.
We got 9 sniper rifles.
With the 8th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Drake London, wide receiver, USC.
So they go wide receiver and leave both Ohio State receivers on the board and go with Drake London out of USC.
They're going to play tall ball in Atlanta with Kyle Pitts and Drake London. That's a basketball team they're putting together there for Marcus Mariota. Guys, he can go
Banana,
the ball
cabbage,
better than
banana.
anybody else in this draft class. His catch radius is off the charts. You see that basketball background, coach, each and every time he's on the field. I know you saw it as well.
We saw it live in person. I thought we played him probably as well as anybody that ever played him this year, but we still gave up 2 big ones. This guy is long. He is athletic. You just put the ball in the area code, and he's going to find a way to get balance, body you up, because he's a physical guy now. He's not a basketball player that shies away from contact. He's going to lean into you. He's going to go jump up over you.
And when was Marcus Mariota at his best with Tennessee? You remember the run? Well, there's Kyle Pitts. Also, this guy gives you extra catch radius.
She got me with a piece of shit shotgun.
That's another target for Mariota and a way to move.
Are you serious?
Drake London, the big body guy, as you guys both described, who can play over the rim.
What the hell?
I'm curious to see how they use
Who'd he
him
pick?
as
Who'd
a
they
big
pick? Who'd they
slot,
pick?
or are they going to play him outside? Well, you remember
I missed one.
The slot came in this year with
Falcons
Gary
picked
Colbert as
Drake
his wide
London.
Receivers. Coach, you saw him outside. You saw him in the slot. I'm telling you guys, him in the slot this year really advanced his cause for this draft.
Yeah, you're right on the safeties against nickelbacks. He's got size, he's got speed, and he's also really good after catch for a big guy.
Highest drafted wide receiver by the Falcons since Julio Jones out of Alabama.
All right, let's get to some Drake London highlights. Again, there are a bunch. There's some incredible catches that he makes down the field. This catch radius, he's going to make you right when you're wrong. As an inaccurate quarterback, and I appreciate this. His ability to go up the ladder and make plays. Down in the red zone, look at the physicality of all the arms are with that one, coach. And then here's the route running. For a bigger wideout, his ability to drop his feet, get out of the break point is outstanding. Here's the alignment inside against UCLA. You can hit him on those seams down
Emotes are B.
and then running after the catch. He's competitive. He refuses to go down, shows his athleticism into the end zone right here. And the basketball background, if you're wondering if it's real or if this is just a casual basketball player, it's real. It is real. It is real.
540 degrees, huh? Jeez.
B is emotes.
NBA
Okay.
could use that in their slam
I don't think I have any emotes.
Okay, so there he is.
That's where I like right there. I know that one, but
All right, so the draft room
where else have we not been? Anywhere right?
is ecstatic. Why not? There's Arthur Blank. Melissa Stark, take it away with Drake London.
Rich, the first wide receiver taken tonight, and you are the newest member of the Atlanta Falcons. You just told me you don't even know what to think.
I don't even know how I'm going to do this interview right now. It's just, I'm speechless.
Taking it all in. So you get to play alongside Kyle Pitts. What are you bringing to the Atlanta Falcons?
I think just playmaking ability. I mean, especially with Kyle Pitts.
The answer to that is everything. Everything I can.
Congratulations.
Oh.
Let's check out
Damn,
the
there's a lot of
NFL
people over
player
there.
comparison presented
Damn,
by
there's a lot of
Ryan
people over there.
Frost.
For me, guys, Drake London, Larry Fitzgerald. And it's Larry Fitzgerald at the backside of his career where guys extended in a big way because of his ability to go in the slot and do exactly what Daniel and Coach described. Run up the seam and go over the top and make the big catches. Larry Fitzgerald, Bruce Arians had to convince him to go into the slot. Turned into 1,000-yard seasons and way more touchdowns.
Okay,
What's
so
the
4.5
noise
minutes
about?
to go until the Seahawks run
I
out of
land in a
time.
bad
The
area?
Jets choose again. We're back from Vegas with the Seahawks selection in 2022.
No idea. Well, that was cool. What the hell?
Even these faces. And this is a powerful thing. This is Caesar Linogram, most trusted by doctors and more predictable.
Oh, I did. I landed in a bad area. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. I got killed by the goddamn NPC. That's sad. That's sad. Or did I get eliminated by him? I think I got eliminated by an NPC. Wow. Wow. I missed a couple picks though. We might have to go. Let's do this real quick. Oh, we're already in. Yeah, it's not on, so. Oh yeah, I can dance. Look at me. Watch. Go!
Pizza like no mouth has ever seen. Better ingredients, better pizza, even better when it's done.
Live in-game betting came to me in a fever dream.
Okay. I love that area right there. Again. Okay, did I open up anything? I didn't open up a damn thing. Going that way. Going to snow area. Got to thank the bus driver. I don't know exactly what that means. Oh my God. Wow.
The green room built by Lowe's, where invited prospects are waiting patiently, having some fun. There's Jamison Williams hanging out, hoping to hear the commissioners call their names sometime soon. Kyle Hamilton, one of the most highly touted prospects available, is still sitting out there. And Jermaine Johnson, you guys thought that Atlanta might go get him, but he is still waiting to hear his name called. One of those guys could be called right now by the Seattle Seahawks, making their first top 10 selection in a draft since 2010. One of the reasons why they haven't been picking this high is because of the guy that they
evidently in it.
Get this draft pick. Russell Wilson. This was Denver's pick.
Right there.
It is now Seattle's. What do you think?
Well, if the pick is in, that's the surprise to me. I thought John Schneider would trade out. He loves trading back.
Okay, here we go. Take it away, guys.
With the 9th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Charles Cross, tackle, Mississippi State.
Oh, the tackles are flying off the board.
Okay, so Charles Cross will go and protect Drew Lock or Geno Smith or whatever rookie they might draft in this draft. We're expecting to hear if Seattle might take one later on in this draft, or maybe Baker Mayfield, who knows, but a very talented kid is making his way to the Pacific Northwest.
You can make a case the Seahawks need 2 tackles. They might not be done in this draft at this position. He's going to walk in and be the left tackle. He's a pure left tackle. That's what you see on tape at Mississippi State.
Joel Klatt.
Well, when you think of the offense that he played in at Mississippi State, guys, the air raid with Mike Leach, the heavy majority of his snaps were pass sets. Obviously, 80% of his snaps.
All right, we'll just pick up every damn gun we can think of. Oh, I want that though.
And I guess what Joel is trying to say, if I'm not following it correctly, Pete Carroll always wants to run the football. He wants to get back to being a power running team.
Oh, you
That's not
can't
what
move
Charles
while you're
Cross
doing it?
does or did at Mississippi State. But look at the build. Look at this body on it. I
Alright,
think that he's a guy
50%
that's
armor.
been overblown in terms of everyone thinks he's only a pass protector. I think he can be a run blocker. He just hasn't had to do it much at Mississippi State. He'll get a crash course in Seattle, Coach.
And you don't see a lack of physicality.
All right,
you
so
see a physical guy, you see length, you see
gonna
athleticism, you see him be
trade
physical.
that out for
whether or not they run the ball or not, just watching him play, he is a talented young man.
Does this mean they're going to let Locke cook? Is that what you're saying? Is that what that means?
Lock to lock it. Get ready.
Nice. Okay.
All right, this is a big-time football intelligent player staying attached. I write on my page OTG if you're on the ground, and I keep hitting those little check marks next to it. This dude's never on the ground. You don't even write that on your paper. Outstanding balance. Here he is again, just staying connected. His ability to react to counters. You're going to try and hit him and show the ability to redirect and adjust. You're going to get beat. You're going to be in bad positions like this one right here. Watch him recover. That shows you the polish as a pass protector. And in the run game, again, Joel mentioned it, didn't get a ton of opportunities there, but there are examples of him creating some movement at the point of attack. That's going to continue to improve as he gets more experience.
Okay, as you see, there is the draft room in Washington celebrating Charles Cross now making his way to
And I heard
Seattle.
somebody.
So now it's time for the Jets, who are on the clock, less than 5 minutes to go for the 10th overall pick, their second of the top 10 in this draft. Ian, you take it away.
Got
here.
killed by one of those.
Rich, the fact that the Jets are in this position set to
Whoa.
make the number 10 overall pick is noteworthy. My understanding is this was the pick they offered in a package for Deebo Samuel. First, it was the number 10 overall selection, and then a pick swap later. That trade obviously did not materialize. By tonight, the Jets now set to pick.
Unless in the next 4.5 minutes, the Jets logo turns to a San Francisco logo, which would blow the roof off of this entire city. But of course, there's a lot to get through from physicals and contracts and talking to him about his usage, but that's for potentially another day.
Is it like an
The Jets
underground?
now are
Oh,
on the
oh,
clock.
look at
They
that.
chose Sauce Gardner, 4th overall. It's the highest drafted defensive back by a Jets team in the common draft era, beating the 6th overall pick they chose Jamal Adams with years ago. And
Not really an
interestingly enough,
underground,
this
but
is the pick that they're using now as they traded away Jamal Adams to Seattle.
Harpoon gun.
They've got Sauce.
Really?
They've got every wide receiver not named Drake London available, and some top-notch pass rushers they might not have thought would be available at 10th overall.
To me, this decision is Garrett Wilson from Ohio State versus Jermaine Johnson. You go receiver or you go edge rusher here if you're the Jets. Just keep this in mind, though, along the Deebo Samuel conversation. Last year, the 10th pick was Devontae Smith, a wide receiver out of Alabama, to Philly. His average per year is $5 million. So if you're the Jets and you want a wide receiver, well, I love Deebo Samuel, man.
Now the top 3 tackles are off the board for him. I think this has got to be receiver here. That's what it feels like to me. Edge rusher's a possibility, but it feels like they have their choice of receivers. As you said, Rich, not named Drake London.
Well, the other thing you got to think about, too, is we've talked so much about quarterbacks, what kind of quarterback league. This is a great opportunity to take another guy who's going to start. You have many starters right now, still edge rushers, corners. You got receivers. You got a lot of guys that are available for you.
So here's the deal. If the Jets pick here, it becomes that much more unlikely that Deebo Samuel gets traded and that he will not be anything but a 49er by the end of the night. Let's hear the name from Roger Goodell, the second Jet to be announced here in Vegas tonight.
With the 10th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, Ohio State.
All righty then. Garrett Wilson's going to the Jets to line up with Elijah Moore and Corey Davis, and Zach Wilson gets himself a top-notch wide receiving prospect. Daniel Jeremiah, your thoughts?
They also added a couple tight ends in free agency as well. This is the best wide receiver in the draft for me. He's my 4th overall player. The Jets, they end up coming away, Charles, in my opinion, the top corner and the top receiver in the draft.
DJ and Coach, there was a lot of discussion about if Drake London was in this spot, he would be the perfect choice to go with Elijah Moore because he's a plus-size receiver. Corey Davis is already on the roster, and he's not a little guy. So they didn't have to worry about it quite as much as maybe we made it out to be. So you get a full year out
I
of
wonder where that
Brown
guy
Davis.
went.
You get Elijah Moore coming into his second year. You add in this young man with a second-year quarterback. Coach, it's growing together.
There's no question about it. What I love about this guy, especially
Oh.
his ability
Oh,
to
shit.
receivers reads, quick slants, inside slants, and he can make something special. He can be your fly sweep.
The OH is now a the fireman that'll get a hold of him, no doubt.
Get hooked about it. This dude is a weapon. When you get the ball in his hands, jet sweeps, he can make a house call on it. He understands route running, how to attack leverage. There's a lot of polish there. He turns corners inside out.
The
routinely.
Stinger
He can win
FS&G
with his
is
quickness right off the line.
badass.
Watch this release and the
By the way.
separation he creates down in the red zone for a nice, easy touchdown for C.J. Stroud. And then go up and get it. This is as a young player against Clemson in the playoff. That's the catch radius that he has there.
I don't know how he didn't kill me. I was standing still for all that whole fight. Must have been a bot.
I'd pay good money to see that one, Joe.
I would love to see it just because of that. Wilson using that 4-3 speed down the field. He's so polished in his route running, but how about the competitiveness in clutch situations? Short side of the field, snowing, it's cold. C.J. Stroud with a great ball. He goes up and gets it in a huge win in a 50-50 situation. Melissa, this guy is a player, and the Jets got themselves a playmaker.
Yes, a much-needed weapon for the New York Jets.
This year's NFL draft is not as exciting. And it could be because I don't have my team, the Chicago Bears, don't have a draft pick in the first round. But
how are you going to help them do that?
I don't think the talent is
myself and bring what I
great.
bring to the table, and try and do it at a high level and try to bring up my teammates, all that. So I'm just really excited to get to the Big Apple for sure.
Doesn't look like anyone's been down here.
Pearls and all.
That was a welcome to Hot Prime Time presented by Pizza Hut. Hey, folks, we've got our first trade. The Saints just moved up from 16. The Commanders moving down. Who will the Saints take 11th overall when we come back?
The 2022 NFL Draft is presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL.
There's little dots on your compass? Not know that.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Lab exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one appearance. So
Uh-oh.
quick and easy as washing your face.
Same one?
Tell me you don't
Yeah,
feel like
same
cooking
one.
without telling me.
Oh no, it holds 3.
2 pizzas, breadsticks, and wings all in one box. The big dinner box only from Pizza Hut.
No one out pizzas the Hut.
I don't even know what that gun is. Light machine gun.
The all-new LX600, ready for any arena.
Can I eat anything I can on Uber Eats? Here's how to look at it. Food. Eats it. And if it's not food, then don't eat it. What the hell?
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking.
I intend to push your limits. Show me what you're made of.
Having any fun yet?
All the noise about. Okay, so have a dude over there. Knife his ass. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't checked my stream to see if it's good in or not. How does the stream sound? How's it sound? Okay, it's good tonight. Last night I was 2 hours of me not talking. I was pretty sad.
After we're done here in Vegas this week, after our residency ends here in Las Vegas,
Yeah, there's
next
a tank
big
right there.
to-do on our list is to let you know about the 2022 schedule, our schedule release show coming up in May right here on NFL
Probably don't want to
Network.
shoot
So,
at a tank though, huh?
moments ago, the Saints moved up from 16 5 spots, coughed up a 3 and a 4 in this year's draft to Washington. So Washington moves down 5 spots, gets 2 more picks. Interestingly enough, the 16th overall pick that the Saints just traded into this spot was one of the picks that they got recently from Philadelphia, which Philadelphia got as part of the Carson Wentz trade.
Oh.
And Washington now gets to use that pick, and they have Carson Wentz on their team.
I love the way you connect all this.
So that's the way that's all going. The Saints moved up for who?
Well, I think you look at the receiver run. Drake London went at 8. We just saw Garrett Wilson go at 10. And I think when you look at some of these other teams, Philadelphia.
How is that my shield limit, by the way?
If you want a wideout, that run, you might miss out if you sit where you are if you're the New Orleans Saints.
And you make the move, and Terry McLaurin probably calling into the draft room a number of times. You've got to get me a running mate. You said you get me a running mate. We're about to run out of these guys. And by the way, there's another one from Ohio State out there. Go get him for me, please.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, hopefully he will be available for them down at 16. But the Saints going at 11 right here, it has to be somebody that they thought they needed to trade into the draft to go get.
They have 39 Ohio State players on their team. Why not get another one?
All right. Here we go. The commissioner of the NFL joining us here up on the right now, the special announcement.
The NFL Draft is a time of optimism for all 32 teams and their fans. We've got a similar time 2 weeks from tonight when we announce the 2022 schedule on May 12th.
Not sure how that works.
This year's schedule will have a new twist, as our Thursday night games will be carried by a new partner, Amazon Prime Video. Joining me are Chargers and Chiefs season ticket members James Debo and Moose Felt. Also here is Pro Football Hall of Famer Tony Gonzalez, who will be part of the Prime Video broadcast team.
Oh, shit.
Congratulations, Tony.
Thanks, Roger. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Good. Tell you what, I am excited to be part of this broadcasting crew for Amazon. You may recognize this guy right here next to me. He's going to be helping me make this announcement for Prime Video, which will be airing on week 2 of the NFL season, September 15th. Los Angeles running back Austin Eckler. Huh? And I guess you can tell probably it's no surprise. The first game, I'm going to kick it off, is going to be on Thursday night. At least the way it's always seemed. Talk to the fans. Tell them what you think. Look, it doesn't get much better.
Ah. You got me. Man, you gotta help me. We could have both got the guy at the tank, you bastard. Barnett 33. Good job, Barnett. Yep, tank's gonna get your ass now.
All right, so while those guys announced something for Amazon, we had same day
Oh man, you're in trouble.
NFC North phone call.
That's got
Better heal.
You think?
They were making calls to teams inside the top 10. That's what I heard before the draft.
Let's get the Saints pick first.
With the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft.
Has he got a shotgun? Did you win, Barnett?
Well, it looks looks like can't guard Mike is the one who got himself an Ohio State teammate instead of Terry McLaurin. So, yeah, let's not forget Michael Thomas is coming back this year. And now Olave
What did he just do?
Will be there with Kamara for Jameis when he's healthy.
And this is somebody that can get down the field. Jameis Winston wants to get vertical. Charles, this is a guy who can go get it.
And they've had trade.
That don't make no sense. What did he just do? Spider-Man! Oh, good job, Spider-Man.
We know he can run the slant anytime he wants to, but create a little more space for him. Maybe the slant goes a little bit farther, Coach.
Jake, semi 41.
Is a great deep ball throw. It is a beautiful ball, and this guy can go down and go get it. 4.39 at the combine. This guy's explosive.
He traded up to get Chris Slade.
This guy's a special football player.
This division, guys, think about, you know, the NFC South now. It has become a division where you've got to score a lot of points, or you're just not going to be able to hang in there. Brady setting the pace coming back in Tampa Bay. We know Atlanta trying to get faster now. We saw that in the draft.
I got fourth. That's not bad. Killed one guy, I think.
Has said it throughout this draft process that he has.
That's a lot better.
They are not thinking about.
What did I do? Did I miss a call?
They're thinking we're there right now, and we're
still I did miss a call.
How many times have they beaten Tampa?
They beat Tampa 4 straight times in the regular season since Tom Brady got there. So they're confident. They think they can win this division. That's why they wanted a couple key players. Chris Olave is going to be one of those key players for the New Orleans Saints and their offense going forward. Silky smooth. Everything he does is easy. He's got outstanding route tempo. The only knock on him, just want to see him get a little bit stronger, a little more physical, especially with the ball in his hands after the catch. But here he is working vertical. He's got that second gear. Once the ball goes up in the air, he can really go get it. The route running polish. Chris Olave, and then go down the field, go up and get the ball.
Oh, I know where I'm going.
He did this throughout his career, whether he was wearing
I got a lot of the map undone. Going to their daily bugle.
On the field against Michigan as a freshman. I think Joel Klatt might have been there.
Nah, I'm not.
Just making plays.
Going over
so
here.
There's the Buckeyes and the wide receivers, both of them off the board already, Rich.
As you can see, we've seen this before. It's Anthony Gonzalez in 07.
I don't know what that happens when you get blue. Does that mean somebody sees you? Spot you? I'm not sure.
And he doesn't mean the football. He means the offense. Kurt Warner, take it away.
And I tell you what, guys, I love this move. One of the hardest things for any quarterback is when a defense can play down the hill. You don't have the guy that can really stretch the field. Michael Thomas has been incredible for this Saints team, but the one knock is he's not the guy that's going to get down the field and make the big plays. Chris Olave gives them the chance to be able to stretch the field, open it up for both Michael Thomas and Deontay Harris was a guy that I thought really came on last year. A little jitterbug that can play inside. So Jameis Winston's got to be smiling right now, saying, hey, I got to prove myself. Now I got a bunch of guys to be able to do it with.
All right, time for the welcome to prime time for Chris Olave, delivered by Pizza Hut. Melissa?
Back-to-back Buckeye receivers taken. You both told me earlier you don't look at mock drafts. You didn't care where you went, yet the Saints move up to get you. What does this mean to you?
It means a lot. They trusted me, and I respect them for taking that chance on me, and they're going to get everything I have, and I'm put it into that organization.
Another Ohio State receiver there in Michael Thomas. How can you compliment him? What do you bring to New Orleans?
He's one of the best receivers in the league, and to go in there and learn from him is going to be huge. We have a little relationship already.
God damn it. Really?
Oh, yeah, of course. Let's do it. Appreciate it.
All right, trades galore, everybody. Trades galore, because the Lions moved up from 32 all the way to 12. And for the right to do that, they swapped second-round picks with the Vikings. The Vikings now moved 20 spots down in the first round, but moved 12 spots up in the second and pick up a third. Meanwhile, the Eagles and Texans just struck a trade. The Eagles were picking 15th. They're now on the clock at 13 with the Texans moving down to 15, and we're about to get the Lions pick. You think this is for a quarterback?
If you move this aggressively up, usually it's for a quarterback, and that is a long-term need for this football team.
Well, they already have Trevon Walker. They already have Aiden Hutchinson because Trevon Walker was picked first overall. Let's see who the Lions really liked this much to move up 20 spots to go get.
Already been here?
The Minnesota Vikings have traded the 12th pick to the Detroit Lions. With the 12th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Jamison Williams, wide receiver, Alabama.
So they moved 20 spots to take the Alabama Crimson Tide receiver.
How about the roller coaster ride that Jared Goff just went on right there, by the way? Thinking you might be bringing in a quarterback. No, we're going to bring in one of the most dynamic players in the entire draft for you to throw the football to.
And interestingly enough, using the pick that they got from the Rams to acquire Jared Goff and cough up Matthew Stafford.
Well, speaking of roller coasters, think about our discussions in the run-up to the draft. There aren't going to be any quarterbacks that go, oh, they have to take quarterbacks. Oh, we're going to run on quarterbacks. Here comes a perfect quarterback spot. He doesn't go.
Yes, I know, I heard it.
With someone with the Lions a couple of weeks ago, they wanted a big receiver because Amon-Ra St. Brown, he played awfully well for him down the stretch. They just didn't want a little guy. Jamison Williams fits the bill.
All right, as you can see, there's not much hitch in his giddy-up, certainly to go out and get his jersey to join the Detroit Lions. Joel Klatt, take it away.
Well, I just love that he took his future into his own hands, guys. Remember, he was the clearly fourth wide receiver at Ohio State, behind the two guys that were just selected, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, the guy that's still in Columbus, Jackson Smith and Jigba, probably the first wide receiver in next year's draft. So he goes down to Alabama and has a monster season. By the way, there were no hard feelings in that transfer. In his bye week at Alabama, guess where he was? Back in Columbus, visiting his old mates at Ohio State.
That's Joel Klatt with 2 cents right there from inside the draft hall, where this young man is going to collect his new professional football jersey, joining the Detroit Lions. Daniel?
Yeah, there's fast, and then there's that. I mean, Jamison Williams is in that rare company. The GPS numbers back that up, by the way, that the teams have. That speed is legit. He might not have that change of direction that Tyreek Hill has, but I think he has that top gear, which is insane. Ludicrous speed. We want to go Spaceballs. The toughness, you see that with him as a gunner. Obviously, he's coming off that ACL injury. Rich mentioned it, though. Moving around pretty well. I think they should be ready by the middle of October, according to teams that I talked to. This was one big play after another for Alabama. You could throw him a little slant and then watch what he does with it. He's going to run away from everybody on the football field, and he makes it look effortless. At the top of his route, dropping his weight. Sometimes you get those fast, straight line guys. They can't get in and out of the break. Did a nice job there. And here he is with the burst, the double move. Again, look at this separation working against Georgia, tracking the ball down the field.
Going.
That's something he does naturally as well. These are Detroit Lions. He's not going to have to touch the ball 8 or 9 times to have an impact on a football game. He's going to be able to do it in 2 or 3.
And this type of a guy, he creates big plays in a team that's trying to catch up.
As his rehab process, as you see right here, it's now time to welcome him to the prime time delivered by Pizza Hut. Alyssa?
No weapon.
What an incredible, emotional roller coaster that you have been through, suffering that injury in the national championship game, and now the Detroit Lions move up to pick you in this draft. What's going through your mind?
A lot. Honestly, we ain't gonna speak on that, but I'm just ready to get to work, you know?
How are you health-wise? How's the knee?
Everything going good. I'm getting back to it. Should be back soon.
All right, a man of few words. It's a big night for you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And he's off to Detroit. Nicely done right there. All right, so the Eagles traded up 2 spots. Their pick is now in. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Texans were supposed to be 13th. They're now 15th overall, and the Washington Commanders have moved down to 16, and those are the next selections that are coming up from Las Vegas. Don't go anywhere. The Eagles all over the draft board. Same with the Texans and Washington.
I don't know if you can take fall damage in this game or not, but I ain't taking a chance.
2022 NFL Draft.
Llama spit one.
How powerful is an Invisalign smile? So powerful, you can face
Damn it.
anything.
Damn it, you.
These faces. Invis is a powerful thing. Invis is the clear aligner brand most trusted by doctors and more predictable. Invisalign.
Missed the call. Teach me how to Dougie. How do you thank the bus driver? Anybody know how to do that? I have no idea. No earthly idea. We're just playing Fortnite solos, by the way. That's all I know. That's all I know. I'm going to the Daily Boogle. I think it's a Daily Boogle. Maybe the Daily Bugle?
Hello. How can you compete with flowers? It's like a whole garden, just for me. Best birthday ever. Thanks, my flowers.
Introducing the all-new one-wheel GT and Pine X. GT, built with more power to crush new terrain. Pine X, twice the range to take on the city. 2 new boards to make everywhere epic. Get riding today at onewheel.com.
We don't define credit score. We offer lower monthly payments than traditional buy now, pay later options on things you need as you build your credit history with a Fingerhut Betting credit account at fingerhut.com.
Fingerhut credit accounts are issued by WebBank. Yes.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. 211 be your guiding light for help with food and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
That's what I got.
Now
First
that they
thing.
have their team, it's time to
Sniper
get
rifle.
their gear. Grab your phones and scan the QR code on the screen to get NFL draft pick jerseys and caps, or go to nflshop.com/draft. The Ravens' latest pick is in. The Texans are now on the clock. The Eagles' pick's about to be announced because the Eagles and Texans made a trade. What's going on, Ian?
Rich, it's important to look at who a team traded over. The Eagles leapfrogged the Ravens. Everyone in the world thought
I really don't
Jordan
like the
Davis from
burst
Georgia
rifle.
was a Ravens pick.
Might be
Now the Eagles leap over him and get a
died, I
potential
guess.
replacement for Fletcher Cox.
All right, so would you agree with that, tea leaf?
I was in Philadelphia in the personnel department when we traded up a few spots 10 years ago to take Fletcher Cox. Maybe history repeats itself.
And the reason I like Jordan Davis in Baltimore, Coach, was that he had
Yeah,
Calais Campbell there
that's
as
a good one
model
right
in the
there.
room. Now he gets Fletcher
Wish somebody
Cox
get
as a
on and
model
tell
in
me
the
how
room.
to
That
swap
would make
those
it work
weapons.
real well if indeed they take him.
Big, strong, and long.
Yeah, Texans get a 4th and 2/5 to move down 2 spots. They now have 13 draft picks in this draft. That's the most in the 2022 draft. Here comes Roger Goodell with the first of 2 Eagles picks. Again, they pick 18th overall. And the Ravens pick is in, so you're going to get some back-to-back picks fast. Then the Texans are on the clock. The Washington Commanders, who moved down from 11, so the Saints could move
That's
up
a
to take
shotgun.
Chris Olave. They select. And then it's the Chargers and Eagles again. And the commissioner, no doubt, about to announce who these young folks are.
Joining me for the Eagles
Oh, I'm
pick
inside
are
the
6
circle.
high school tackle and flag football captains from teams across Clark County and Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, I want that. Oh.
They truly exemplify the NFL's values of respect, integrity, resiliency, and responsibility
Oh.
to their teams. Congratulations to all of you on your accomplishments, and good luck on the upcoming season.
Oh.
You're welcome. the Houston Texans have traded the 13th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 13th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jordan Davis, defensive tackle, Georgia.
And there he is, the big Georgia Bulldog who lit it up at the combine. I mean, was just
why is it so
absolutely
foggy?
Fantastic, moving around and showing what he could do for a man his
Building on
size.
fire?
For a draft that started with 5 defensive players, that just ended a run of 7 on offense as the Eagles trade up to jump in front of the Ravens and take Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis and Mailata, the big left tackle for the Eagles. I'll pay to watch that one in practice as well. They're two of the bigger human beings you'll ever see. And he's going to get to see Evan Neal again inside the division, Alabama, Georgia. They're going to get a chance to tussle as well. Charles, his ability, everybody just kind of labels him as a nose. You can move this guy up and down the line of scrimmage, much like Albert Hainsworth when he was a young player with the Tennessee Titans.
Boy, that's a great comparison. And you notice you said Tennessee Titans there, but
So that's what he did in Tennessee.
Big time reason for you and for Coach. He came in, he was about 360 when they lost Alabama in the SEC title game. He's about 340 when they beat him in the national championship game. 341 at the combine, Coach. We saw all the bounce. I think to stay on the field, get down to 325, 330. Get 3 plays out of this guy. I think that's the next step for him, just ultimate conditioning.
Yeah, the big thing when you watch him on film, he goes forward. He just keeps advancing. He collapses the pocket from the inside. He can shock and shed. He can disengage. This guy's a mountain to throw the ball over. He's going to be a menace in the division.
I know that they said all the time, DJ, Coach, at Georgia, we had so many guys, we rotated people through, we were beating people, he didn't play. He played really less than 30% of the snaps on defense. Conditioning, 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 so that he can be that 3-down menace that you described, DJ.
And I love the suit. It looks like he just crossed the finish line right there, right?
Nice.
To Philadelphia.
Nice.
I dig it.
A sash of some sort.
I love hearing the TSOP in the background. You hear the music?
Nice.
Sound of Philadelphia. Where's Don Cornelius when you need him? Get the dance line going.
Jordan Davis swallowing up the commissioner of the NFL right here as he's getting set to hold up the Philadelphia Eagles.
Better be a large jersey.
That one's not going to fit.
That's not fitting. That's not enough jersey.
You're going to need to order one.
You're going to need a special.
Hopefully they kept the receipt.
You see my Hainsworth comp there. He's got tremendous range against the run, and I think the potential is there for him to develop more as a pass rusher once the opportunities present themselves. You want to double him, he doesn't have any problem with that. He eats double teams and then still finds a way to make a play on the ball. The quickness to win right away, that's very unusual for a man of that size to win right off the snap with that quickness. The lateral range, this is what separates him. Look at how much range he has to make plays outside the numbers and then collapse the pocket. That's where he is right now as a rusher. See the penetration there again, working upfield. The pass rush is going to come. That is still a work in progress, but why not have some fun and throw him in there and fullback on offense as well? We talked about a freak. Well, according to AWS, next-gen stats, look at where he is, right up there at the top of the list of these defensive tackles, Rich. He put on a show for us in Indianapolis.
Jordan Davis is now in the NFL. Done with his.
They all
there on the bench and waited for
They all did. It was also
Wyatt was there as well, right?
Devontae Wyatt. All the Georgia kids sat there and waited for all of them to finish before they took off and left.
I wonder if they're now going to wait for everybody else. N'Kobe Dean's back there as well, so never know. So the Phillies are going to be on the clock again shortly. The Ravens is now in. Washington is on the clock, so we're going to be we are moving. We're stocked up here, and once Washington is done, we're halfway through this first round of the NFL draft here in Las Vegas. But for the moment, it's now time for Melissa Stark to chit chat with Jordan Davis. Melissa?
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles move up to get a big personality, phenomenal athlete. You already went over to fire up the fan base there. They're pretty passionate. Is this a good fit for you?
Definitely. I'm excited. I'm ready to get to work. I'm ready to get everything out.
And you get to play alongside Fletcher Cox. I want to know what you're going to bring to this team, and if you can get that in green.
Yes.
reason was Jordan Davis. What I love about him is that he worked himself into that dominant player. He was just a 3-star recruit, ends up being a unanimous All-American. And when you talk with the people down there close to the Georgia program, they will tell you that this guy was a team-first mentality guy. That's certainly the way that he played, eating up blocks and allowing guys like Nakobe Dean, a linebacker that we'll probably see later tonight, to run side to side and be the force that he was at the second level.
And there's Scene as well available in this year's draft. So many Georgia Bulldogs on that championship defensive side that can go in this first round. Okay, so now it's time for the Ravens.
I don't know how he didn't kill me. It must have been a bot.
In front of you.
There could be a groan. We're assuming if that's the player they were going to take.
Right.
But, I mean, when you look at Jermaine Johnson still being out there, he's my 9th player. Kyle Hamilton's my 5th player in this draft.
And you still got some corners out there, too.
Here's the Ravens pick.
With the 14th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Baltimore
Had to have been a
Ravens
bot.
select Kyle Hamilton, defensive back, Notre Dame.
All right, Kyle Hamilton has been selected. And the Ravens just traded their way back into the first round with the Arizona Cardinals at 23. Well, we'll update you on what that means. Notre Dame is now going to be
Yeah. Oh.
I think he can do everything on the football field. We're going to find out. Plus, remember, how many guys are going to draft IQ guys? Mental Society, Kyle Hamilton, one of them. And he's going to go to an organization where they have a...
Did I get that kill? Uh-oh. Run, 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 run.
Working lateral is outstanding. Takes great angles working to the alley. You can put him, as my friend Bucky Brooks likes to say, on top of the Christmas tree in the deep middle of the field. Here's the most impressive interception of the entire college football season, coming from the far hash.
Coach, he stole second and third.
Touching down, getting those feet down on the sideline. And here's what I love. When you watch special teams, you find out how much guys love football. This is not participating in special teams. This is dominating in special teams. He's going to fit in just right in Baltimore.
Well, while this is unfolding, we'll tell you what just happened with Baltimore, because the Ravens traded back into the first round. They coughed up a draft choice and a player. Wait till you hear who the player is. That's called a tease. Professional. While we send things to Melissa Stark and Kyle Hamilton.
Well, he is the newest member of the Baltimore Ravens. Kyle, how does that sound to you?
It's crazy. It doesn't sound real. I just want to thank them for taking a chance on me. I'm excited to get to work.
And the Ravens, of course, have such a good history of amazing defenses. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. How will you make your mark?
I just hope to keep the tradition going. I mean, they already have a great team. I just hope to add to the defense and do what I can.
Well, they hope you do too. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, so Kurt Warner, take it away.
I'll tell you what, on the surface, guys, you kind of wonder, hey, we got Chuck Clark, we got Marcus Williams, who we just signed in the offseason, but you're seeing more and more teams go to these 3 safety looks. Tough for a quarterback to recognize. See the Steelers do it. This is one of those best man on the board. We believe he can play lots of spots, and he's going to make our defensive backfield really, really good.
Thanks, Kurt. So lots happening here because the Texans and Washington Commanders have chosen. We're about to get the pick, but Hollywood Brown has just been traded by the Ravens in the 3rd round pick in this year's draft to Arizona for their right to move back and take Arizona's 1st round pick. And Brown is back with Kyler Murray. They played college ball together. So we'll chew on
Like that stinger.
Got another draft choice.
Look at this.
Texans second of the night.
I need some health. Bad.
The Houston Texans select Kenyon Green, guard.
Kenyon Green, one of the best interior linemen, but no
Shit. Oh shit. Oh man. Damn it. Good job. Good job, Josmus84. Josmus. Good job. Good job.
about knockoff power and displacement. That's what he can give you. He's going to be able to provide that at the next level as well.
So the Texans traded up.
There, take great angles, wall off, stay attached. That's what he does outstanding for Jimbo.
Good job,
Fisher and
Justmus.
Texas A&M offense. You want to pull him, show you his ability to get outside. He can do that as well. Here he is finishing, nasty, getting on top of you. That's what he does. Here he is pulling, getting out there, kick him outside. And then in pass pro, you're not going to get through him. He's so powerfully built. He's going to stay attached
Cabbage.
to clean pockets.
So no trades in the top 10, but once the next 10 hit, it's been crazy trades.
And you're loaded.
We've
You're
seen
full
four
of
now,
all
41.
ammo. Jesus.
So the Eagles could get Jordan Davis to body
Didn't
serve
pick up
with
any of that
Eagles fans.
ammo.
Look out, everybody. And then, who'd have thought?
Ishii.
There is a
Good day
receiver
there.
traded tonight. Not Debo, but Hollywood here in Vegas.
Pick on 15. There's an Anam character name. Only got one. Okay, so we're gonna go right over an area still. To the left. Go right there. That everybody goes. That's red though. There's gonna be guys shooting at us, ain't it? Is that what that means?
Pepper, oh no, they didn't. Papa John just took their signature pepperoni and stuffed it inside that mini crust. Oh, now that's pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen.
Oh, I guess you can take fall damage. Oh man, I was gonna spectate out of this so I could go take a pee. Don't know how to do
Getting
that.
outdoors is all about the experience, the challenge, the views, the victories. We put that in a bottle. Clean ingredients like coconut oil, activated charcoal, and shea butter.
I just make sure it didn't message.
Naturally derived, outdoor inspired.
Hi, I'm Jeff from Nuts.com. When my grandfather started this business in 1929, he relied on four important values: freshness, quality, variety, and service. I'm proud to carry on his legacy in this space. He still lets me roast, season, and dip delicious nuts here in New Jersey and deliver them to special all around the country, including mine.
Inner Circle, presented by Subway, is composed of some of the NFL's most avid fans. Each team handpicked the fans who are here in Las Vegas to represent them, front and center. All right, Chargers are on the clock. They've got less than 4 minutes to go now. We're about to get the Washington Commanders pick. Again, they moved down from 11 to 16, netted themselves a couple of picks from the Saints. second selection tonight, and the Saints' second selection tonight. So traded up to get Olave, and the Eagles traded up to get Jordan Davis. Washington moving down and netting a third and a fourth for that, right? For who do you think?
Talking about the Chargers here?
No, the Washington Commanders.
The Washington Commanders. When you look at the
Commander, they are now.
Hello, Terry McLaurin on the line.
I know you would like somebody. Well, if you look at the wideouts that are left, you've got two. You've got Traylon Burks and you've got Jahan Dotson. Those are the two highest rated wideouts if you want to go in that direction.
Terry McLaurin says one of them, please, because he needs that running mate. Everything is running through him right now. Plus, it helps Carson Wentz if he's going to be your quarterback. If you're trying to make it work in the NFC East, now turning high track division team, you got to have people get downfield.
You surprised Jermaine Johnson still on the board here?
Absolutely. I thought he would be long gone by now.
Maybe he's going to be gone here. The receiver, as requested by Terry McLaurin.
Not requested, demanded.
Demanded. A table pound right there. Okay, here is the commissioner of the NFL with the 16th overall pick. We're halfway through as soon as he says a name.
With the 16th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Jahan.
2021. Jahan Dotson, wide receiver.
Makes a spectacular catch.
Jahan Dotson has the best hands in this draft. Unbelievable. His route running. Here you see he's able to show you that polish at the top of his route, being able to attack that leverage, double moves. We've seen this with a bunch of these wide receivers so far tonight. It looks like Deshaun Jackson physically. He's got that same type of a build that he can get that extra gear when he needs it. The run after catch, he can make you miss, he can run away from you, showing you his niftiness there. Contested catches, here's where you see the best hands in the draft. The ability to adjust down the field, outstanding, high point it. And then this is one of the best catches you'll see in this draft class, the one-hander against Sean Wade in Ohio State. Joel, I know you saw a lot of Jahan Dotson during his career at Penn State.
What I loved about him, DJ, is he had a great feel for space, in particular over the middle. Watch him climb the linebackers and play action, and there again, those hands that you were talking about, climbing the ladder, going up, snatching that football out of midair. An unbelievable catch, and this guy was so productive. Here, another circus-style catch. Just keep in mind, he played for 3 different offensive coordinators over the last 3 years, and he was still so second in Penn State history with 180 receptions. Half of this guy's touchdowns, by the way, guys, 40-plus yards. He is a dynamo.
So you could see right there. Jahan Dotson celebrating. We're going to get the chart. Major.
With the 17th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Zion Johnson, guard, Boston College.
Zion Johnson, how about his career? Started off at Davidson, transferred to Boston College, starts 49 games in college. Played some tackle, could play guard, goes to the Senior Bowl. Charles, we saw him play center, did an outstanding job there. With the Chargers, you got to believe he's going to plug in at guard.
Chargers feel very good about the left side. Michael Schofield, right, and right guard. This is where they have the start of the replacement. You talked to Chargers last year, talked about Chargers game. Left side.
You better come out with more than this
right side.
stupid-ass shotgun.
Zion Johnson gives him a chance to make more plays on that side.
It's a vote of confidence, Coach, too, and Trey Pipkins is a young tackle who could be their right tackle. He's going to plug in at right guard.
I praise for a guard is the word square. This guy plays square, front side, back side in the running game. The way they play at BC, you get a chance to see all that. He's a great pass protector. I also wrote down the word grappler. He gets his hands on you. He can torque your body. He can get you on the ground. He can open up those lanes for the runners.
As he is a new Los Angeles Charger here in AFC West Country in Las Vegas, Nevada. What a dream come true for this young man. What a smile on
some
his
reason
face.
have no interest
Zion
in this
Johnson,
NFL
that's
draft
right,
this
here in
year.
the NFL.
Very weird, to be honest.
Yeah, Zion Johnson, Coach, you did a nice job of describing his game and what he can bring. And for the Chargers team, balance was their theme of the offseason. They thought they needed to get that defense better. They've done that. They accomplished that with J.C. Jackson and Khalil Mack. Charles, you mentioned that left side of the offensive line being dominant. Now they're getting some balance to that offensive line on the right side. All the different places he played, tackle, guard, and then as we mentioned at the Senior Bowl, he slid into center and did an outstanding job. I wrote the word wrestle down in my notes as well, Coach. He'll wrestle you at the line of scrimmage, and he can work up to that second level and cut off linebackers. He's also outstanding when you get him out there in the screen game. Here he is at the Senior Bowl, being able to locate, latch, finish. Just a real complete football player, not a lot of weaknesses there.
So there you could see the draft room in Inglewood, California, right where our NFL Network home is, the home of SoFi. Okay, so the Tennessee Titans have just selected overall, but they held on to that spot. They just traded to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow.
So the dynamic receiver, A.J. Brown, wanting a new contract. Tennessee and A.J. Brown have split, and the Eagles essentially just drafted A.J. Brown 18th overall in this draft. We're back to ruminate on this one in a moment.
How powerful is an Invisalign smile? So powerful, you can face anything, even these faces. And this is a powerful thing.
I intend to push your limits. Show me what you're made of.
Nice.
Having any fun yet? Pepper, oh no, they didn't. Papa John's just took all that pepperoni. Oh no, no. That's Papa John's pepperoni. That signature recipe right here delivers a kick of flavor. Right to the ingredients better, pizza even better when it's done.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
Now that you can get anything delivered with Uber Eats, can you eat anything you get delivered? I'd say probably. No, maybe not.
See that thing John Moran has?
Beard.
That's a hyperbole. That thing he uses to warm up and stay loose before he throws it down. That thing Tony Finau uses on course between shots. Ooh, that's money. That thing Robin and I use before and after we're on the bike so we can ride harder tomorrow. That thing Erlen Holland uses before smashing it and after the match. That thing that's for everything. The hyperbole from Hyper Ice. Give your body the daily relief it's been asking for.
Live in-game betting came to me in a fever dream.
Peyton, I love what you and Eli are doing on Monday nights.
Thanks. It's a lot of fun to do it with him, Cleo.
This gravy is outstanding.
I just love the look of the Caesar Superdome.
It was all Cleo's idea. She's the brains behind Team Caesar.
Yeah, we knew that.
Caesar tells the jokes around here. Now, which one of you legendary quarterbacks is going to pass me the gravy? It's a legendary. Here, Caesar. Thank you, Eli.
So what a major trade this is when it involves a terrific receiver, as A.J. Brown has shown in his first 3 years. But with this being his potential walk year, the Titans send him on first round draft night here in Vegas to Philly, which sends the 3rd overall pick in the draft and the 18th overall pick in this draft to Tennessee, which still selects 26th overall. Ian Rappaport, take it away.
Rich, the Philadelphia Eagles have been looking all offseason for a big-time, big-name receiver, and they got that with A.J. Brown. But that is not all. Sources said they just agreed to terms on a massive contract extension for Brown. 4 years, $100 million with $57 million guaranteed.
That's a big, hefty number for a receiver with just 3 years in the league. We're seeing some watershed contracts being handed out over the last 6 weeks in the NFL. So now the Tennessee Titans, I don't know if these fans know that they don't have A.J. Brown to cheer for anymore, but we'll see. Will they draft his replacement now? Will they draft somebody else? We'll see.
The Philadelphia Eagles have traded the 18th pick to the Tennessee Titans. With the 18th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Traylon Burks, wide receiver, Arkansas.
So there you go, a big physical receiver out of Arkansas to replace the big physical receiver out of Ole Miss that they didn't want to spend $100 million on.
You're going to be shocked, Rich, when you see my comp.
Is it?
Traylon Burks.
Is that right?
We've got it. We can show you. My comp is A.J. Brown. That's who he is. Build speed. He's got that physicality, the yards after the catch. He is a monster after the catch, guys. Of all the top receivers in this draft class, those top 6 guys, it's him and Jamison Williams who are the best with the ball in their hands. Here he is on a jet sweep. Philadelphia is going to be able to do that. Nick Sirianni drawing it up, get the ball, let him go. Jalen Hurts, get the ball out to him, and he can do the rest. He can beat press with that physicality and get right on top of you vertically. And he hit a bunch of home runs for Arkansas, a bunch of 70-plus yard touchdowns. Subtle push there. Here's a double move, the separation that exists. Track the ball easy. Down the field, catch radius, go up and get it. This is going to be an interesting combination. He's 50 pounds heavier than Devontae Smith.
Let's check out the NFL player comparison presented by Ram Trucks, and you say that your comp is Debo, huh?
Well, we've been talking about 2 receivers tonight, A.J. Brown and Debo Samuel. Let's comp him to both because of the physicality. And the reason I went with Debo is when you watch Traylon Burks' tape at Arkansas, he's in the run game a lot like Debo as well, in addition to taking wildcat quarterback snaps. So if you're an offensive coordinator, and now he goes with Tennessee, Todd Downing, you're dialing up those types of plays as well, even more so than you did for A.J. Brown, who didn't run those, and both those guys were baseball players.
Well, I think it's fascinating, obviously, that, you know, that he's part of a trade, essentially, for A.J. Brown, and this is your comp. And then also, Charles, that your comp for him is Debo Samuel. Since A.J. Brown and Debo and D.K. Metcalf of Seattle is the conversation in the NFL right now is when you've got kids who ball out like they have in the first 3 years, and now it's time for their 4th-year walk year, do you pay them like somebody like Devontae Adams was paid here in Las Vegas? Pay them like Stephon Diggs? Do you pay them like somebody who's been in the league for 7, 8, 9 years?
Oh, shit. Oh.
We'll see how that plays out. The answer from
Bitch, man, the groove.
No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to, you know, and just go cast our line back in the water and get
all right.
And start from scratch.
$3.5 million.
Turn to lobby. I got to take a break. I got to. That was awful quiet. I didn't do a whole lot of talking, I don't think. Concentrate. Blame them all. All right. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back.
with Wentz gone and getting some picks and
I needed to
then
do
moving
something.
around the board
what
draft
did
with
I
the
need to do?
Saints, in the draft with the
Rear,
Texans,
what is
and then
that?
flipping
Oh.
a first-round selection for A.J. Brown,
Battle
and paying him
pass,
$100 million
compete, locker.
to go along with Jordan Davis, who they already have had.
It's nice when you don't have to pay your quarterback, you can afford to shell out a big contract to a wideout.
That helps.
Don't do
All
nothing
right,
here.
now it's time for the Saints
here.
selection, their second of the night. The
All the
commissioner
American
coming out
Airmen
right now.
serving in the United Kingdom and being supported by the Royal Air Force Lakenheath USO. We are excited to announce the first-round draft pick for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, let's just keep playing, right?
Africa, we project air power around the globe. We are the largest U.S. fighter operation in Europe, ready to employ combat air power at a moment's notice.
We are the only U.S. Air Force Special Operations Forces in Europe and Africa.
With our European allies, we own the skies.
Back to you, Commissioner.
That was cool.
Thank you to our U.S. Air Force service members and all those serving our great nation domestically around the world. With the 19th pick, the 2022 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Trevor Penning, tackle, Northern Iowa.
There's your starting left tackle. Ideal frame, remind me a little bit of Jake Long, and this dude is nasty.
There he is, Trevor
Wonder if this game you can pick your icon or not.
Northern Iowa. Kurt Warner keening inside the draft hall right now, as the Steelers are on the clock and they have every quarterback available to them. Will they take
Okay, where we're going?
in this draft?
I need more map.
The 20th
I should have
overall
jumped there. I don't want to be
This night in
swimming
Vegas
though.
coming up.
There's something over here.
The 2022 NFL Draft is brought to you by Lowe's. We put the home in home team. And presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL.
Live in-game betting seems to be
I don't know what that means to thank the bus driver.
Thanks. It's a lot of fun to do it with you. This gravy and a steak. I just love the look of the Caesar Superdome.
It was all Cleo's idea. She's the brains behind Team Caesar.
Yeah, we knew that.
Caesar tells the jokes around here. Now, which one of you legendary quarterbacks is going to pass me the great? It's a legendary. For your Caesar. Hey, Eli.
See that thing John Moran has? That's a hyperbole. That thing he uses to warm up and stay loose before he throws it down. That thing 20 feet now uses on course. That thing Robin and I use before and after we're on the bike so we can ride harder tomorrow. That thing Erlen Holland uses before smashing it into the back of the net. That thing that's for everyone. The hyperbole. Hyper Ice. Give your body the daily relief it's been asking for.
Now that you can get anything delivered with Uber Eats, can you eat anything you get delivered? I'd say
Hyper rifle right off the bat. Can't beat that.
maybe not.
Burst rifle, blah.
Invisalign smile, so powerful,
Ranger.
you can face anything, even
And
these
a shotgun.
faces. And this is a powerful thing.
Take it.
And this is the clear aligner brand. My doctors and more predictable. Invisalign.
Yeah, that's definitely that one. That's a level up from that one, right? Well, that other one's so crappy it disappeared.
And wings all in one box. The big dinner box only from Pizza Hut.
No one has Pizza Hut.
Verizon Small Business Days are back. Come in and meet with a Verizon business expert April 28th to May 4th to get some of our best offers on 5G plans, devices, and internet, like ultra-fast, ultra-simple wireless 5G business internet. You can get 1 month on us and up to $1,500 to help cover the cost to switch. Come in or book an appointment online today during Verizon Small Business Days. Verizon Small Business Days are going ultra, so your business can get more.
Might as well go up. Build up.
The all-new LX6
Did I not?
Schedule release here on NFL Network coming up in just a couple of weeks' time. We'll find
There.
out we're going to know who plays who and who plays who where. We just don't know the when, on what day, and what channel you'll be watching it. So the Steelers now on the clock. 20th overall. Franco Harris is on the draft stage right now, entertaining some of the Steeler fans there. Do you think they go quarterback here?
I thought they would have a chance in the mock draft. They'd be sitting here at pick number 20 with their pick of all these quarterbacks. They sure did an awful lot of homework on this group. It feels like to me this is the right time to go ahead and take one of these guys.
Yeah, and who's it going to be is the question, because of all those options and choices. Malik Willis would be opposite, I think, mostly what they have in camp now, but Kenny Pickett is the go-to guy right now.
Those have been DJ's top two guys for a while now. Do you take the guy that's got the most experience and the most production, or the guy that has the highest ceiling?
Mike Tomlin's got your contract, so he's good,
Nice.
good to go.
I think he's pretty secure.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the number of players that we saw on your top players available that the Steelers could use as well. They're all sitting right there.
You've got my highest rated players, Jermaine Johnson. You've got Devin Lloyd. You've got Trent McDuffie, the corner from Washington. There's some really good football players there. But I just don't think you go through this whole process and do all this work on these quarterbacks. Ben Roethlisberger walks away. Also think about Kevin Colbert, the general manager. This is his last year. And Ozzie Newsome's last year as a GM in Baltimore. Lamar Jackson is the selection to give to Eric DeCosta. Maybe that's what Kevin Colbert's going to do.
If you take Pickett right now, he competes right away with Trubisky. If you take Willis, Trubisky's automatically your starter, you think?
Yeah, Trubisky's watching.
And there we go. Now I got my stinger.
The Ravens traded back into the first round. They're sitting there at 23. It's kind of odd that they just chose. I mean, obviously Hollywood Brown is somebody that Arizona would want. You pair him up with Kyler Murray. I'm just wondering if A.J. Brown gets traded during the draft like this, and there's a contract and there's a physical and everything gets cleared, could Debo still be in play tonight? Is that possible?
I would believe that Howie Roseman been working on that for a while.
Let's see.
Go up,
There's
please.
a lot of intrigue. The commissioner is here. There's Frank.
Oh, fuck, you can. Wow.
Showing it to Franco. Seen it first. Franco approve.
What? The hell?
This season marks the 50th anniversary of one of the most memorable moments in NFL history. During the final seconds of the 1972 AFC divisional game, Franco Harris made an improbable catch known as the Immaculate Reception. He, here with us tonight, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of that moment and to announce the pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Please welcome Pro Football Hall of Famer Franco Harris.
I can't wait to hear what this reaction was upon seeing the name here.
I think that's got to be special out there, right?
Hello, Las Vegas.
This is great.
Wow. I love this. I love this.
Okay.
With the 20th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Kenny Pickett.
Okay.
Pittsburgh. Yeah. All right.
So it is.
Welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Welcome, Kenny.
It
Here
is
we go,
Kenny
Steelers.
Pickett.
Here we go.
And there is the reaction. What a dream. No doubt for Kenny Pickett.
I think I've already been over here, have I not?
Making his way and making his bones to be a big man on campus for the Pittsburgh Panthers, and the number of times
Go
that,
pick up that loot.
you know, Mike Tomlin just sneaking to practice. Kevin Colbert sneaking to practice. Just taking a look and see what's going on around here. And
Gotta be good loot. It was all the way up there hidden and shit.
Remember the old bump in?
Oh, there was a lot of bumping.
How many bump ins in the lobby in that facility were there? Oh, Kenny, didn't know you were
really?
down here right now.
wow, and he gets to
Draft
be the
loot.
Pittsburgh
Didn't he?
Steeler hope for the future, with Trubisky and obviously Mason Rudolph still there. But what a moment in New Jersey for this young man. He gets to stay put, just walk across the hall, right?
We've talked about these quarterbacks and how high would they go, and they might be disappointed they didn't go high. This is the best case scenario. You're going to a good football team in the Pittsburgh Steelers with a great defense.
Great defense, and don't forget the building of the offense. They're going to continue on the offensive line, and Najee Harris gives him a heck of a start last year, although he touched it about 1,000 times in his first year.
Well, Daniel mentioned this guy's going to compete right away. He's an efficient, accurate passer.
Yeah, to me, he's outstanding with his anticipation. He's a little bit more athletic version of Matt Hasselbeck. You know, you saw some of the comps for him with other guys. To me, Hasselbeck's the one that came to mind, just how he throws the football. There he is dropping back. Again, that anticipation, throwing into open windows.
Nice.
That's his calling card, the anticipation and the accuracy. Being able to see the whole field, being able to ID coverage and work backside. I thought he got through his progressions quicker than any other quarterback in this draft class, be able to deliver a strike down the field. Then suddenness, you get a free rusher. Can you make him miss? Can you create a play? Absolutely. He's able to free himself, keep his eyes down the field, and throw a strike for a touchdown. He can extend plays, he can create plays. Something that Ben could do when he was young. Ben hadn't been doing that much lately. You're going to get a chance to extend some plays here with Kenny Pickett.
His football IQ, his acumen allow him to challenge right away for a starting job because he'll learn the playbook quickly.
Really?
Coach, the other part with this young man
All right.
is that jump up in time. He really used that bonus year and used it really well to put himself in this position.
I agree 100%, but what I keep thinking about, honestly, is organizational structure. This organization knows how to take care of quarterbacks. You're going to run the football. You're going to play great defense. We're going to give this opportunity, young man, to grow, compete right away, but grow and have a chance to be one heck of a football player.
Meanwhile, the Patriots just traded down. The Chiefs just traded up from 29th to choose at 21st, and their selections already made, while the Packers' first of two selections tonight will go. Maybe the Chiefs are looking for a wideout. They're afraid the Packers are going to take. Who knows? We'll send it inside now, though, to Kurt Warner. Hey, Kurt, a quarterback got taken. Joe,
we got a quarterback off the board.
Yes.
Now the draft's starting. Only kid, it's been a great first round up to this point, but I love this pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is when I watch
I think I was
Kenny
here.
Pickett play, he's got a feel
That's where I started,
for the position.
where I landed.
He's not a guy that's going to go back there and throw it 100 miles an hour. He's not going to throw it 80 yards, but he understands when and how to throw the football, and that to me is a big part of playing quarterback, is being an athlete at the quarterback position without having to have those athletic
Man, that's a
skills
long
and
shot.
dash or a big arm. And Kenny Pickett to me impressed me the more and more I watch tape. You throw it 500 times, you only have 7
Got
interceptions.
me or him that
while you're
skipped?
having to carry the team with your right arm. I like this pick, and I think he's got a chance to be really good at the NFL level.
Ian Rappaport, take it away.
Rich, the Pittsburgh Steelers had 4 quarterbacks they would have considered taking in the first round. Obviously, Kenny Pickett, #1, and they have targeted him for months, of course, as you guys mentioned, in their building. As far as why they chose him, here's my understanding. Ready to compete right now, his maturity, his confidence, great mobility. Seems like we have a quarterback competition now in Pittsburgh.
Joel?
I look at career production. Guys, if you look at the last 10 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks in the National Football League, you're going to see that their college career was somewhere over 35 starts, somewhere over 700 completions, over 60 touchdowns, right in there, right? In fact, the most inexperienced college quarterback that has won a Super Bowl over the last 10 was Tom Brady. Kenny Pickett is that type of producer. Remember, he's completed 1,000 passes. They've seen all of this in their building, and when they did their homework on all the other players, you got
Hiding in the bush. I'm a bush Wookie.
a lot of play action pass from guys like Sam Howell, Desmond Ritter, even Matt Corral. Willis is a bit of a projection. If you need a quarterback now with the production as a career man in college, Kenny Pickett was the man.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Now there might be some wide receivers going here. Fascinating enough. I mean, March, 2 of the biggest moves was Devontae Adams being traded here to Vegas and Tyreek Hill being traded from Kansas City to Miami. Kansas City just used the first-round selection they got from Miami and a fourth-round selection they got from Miami for Tyreek Hill, along with a third, to move up in front of Green Bay to make...
None of that.
The New England Patriots have traded the 21st pick to the Kansas City Chiefs. With the 21st pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Trent McDuffie, defensive back, Washington.
So they go defensive back, not wide receiver, to hop in front of Green Bay. Take it away.
I think those top wideouts were off the board. It came down to edge rusher and corner. Trent McDuffie was the best available corner This is an easy mover. Think about how great Jair Alexander has been with the Green Bay Packers. That's who he reminded me of. He can play inside, he can play outside, he can even drop back and play some safety if you want him to. The awareness is outstanding. He can find and play the ball. He's not the tallest guy, he's not the longest guy, but he can go up and play it at its highest point. He's got outstanding ball awareness. The fluidity, open your hips. He does that so smooth and so easy. The change of direction is outstanding. And then the toughness against the run, they do this quite a bit. They'll blitz him, let him get involved in the backfield. Here he is on the backside, forcing a fumble here, Coach. Is that you or Washington State, Coach? That's you. I apologize on that one. But excited household there at the McDuffies.
And they should be excited to think about what you're getting as well in that division, because it's the AFC West now. Russell Wilson is now in Denver with some big-time receivers. Devontae Adams showed up now to help out Derek Carr and Hunter Renfrow. Kansas City has set the pace as a track squad, but they need to replenish in the secondary. L'Jarius Sneed's a piece that they use all over the secondary. Trent McDuffie similar to that to go out there. Now they got to cover that division. Oh, yeah, that's right. Justin Herbert and the Chargers as well.
Yeah, DJ hit it right on the head. This guy's got such a great feel for playing. This guy, when they needed plays to be made, he made them as a blitzer. He made it as in the corner position. He made him in the nickel position. This is just a really, really good football player that's got great instincts and knows how to make plays.
So Kansas City uses a couple of their assets from the Tyreek Hill trade to move up and take a corner, and that leaves Green Bay now on the clock. The Ravens, who traded back into the first round to take flipped him. Hollywood Brown for the right to is now on the clock. Daniel, let's just talk about what Green Bay needs. Everybody thinks it's wide receiver clearly, and how does the wide receiver situation look right now as they have finally arrived for their first of 2 first-round picks?
My top 6 wide receivers are gone.
They're gone.
They're gone. And we've had 2 veterans traded, so if you think wide receiver hasn't been the position of the offseason, my next best guy is Sky Moore from Western Michigan, and then you also look at Christian Watson from North Dakota State, who's going to, if you're going to go wide out to me, I would think one of those 2 guys, a wild card could be George Pickens from Georgia, Season.
Any thought of an edge rusher there for Green Bay?
I cannot believe Jermaine Johnson is my 9th overall player.
Yeah, Zadarius Smith no longer there. Preston Smith is there. Rashawn Gary's there. But we know in this league, right, Coach, more pass rush you get, the better. So I'm just wondering if that's a thought process for Green Bay.
What do you think?
I just don't think the value's there at wide receiver right now. And the success they've had outside of round 1 at the wide receiver spot, I don't think that's where they're going.
So are you saying the Green Bay Packer fans were waiting for Aaron Rodgers to have a wide receiver drafted for him in the first round, and they not only have one, but they have 2 first-round picks because they traded Devontae Adams away for 1, may not because of the value. They're all gone. Wow.
You could be Markinson.
I know somebody wants to.
Are you Markinson?
I know somebody would want to pull a coach.
Oh, play second.
Take one. Right now.
I didn't realize that was the finals. Good job, Savvy Paris. I didn't realize that was final 2. Hell, that whole game, all I did was run around and do nothing.
One of the most
Ready
shocking
up.
months in the history of the NFL. With the once upon a time Raiders.
In the 2022 NFL Draft.
Why are we spectating him? He didn't win.
I know he wants a wide receiver. I know Packer fans might want a wide receiver. The value just wasn't there. And Quay Walker is a unique player. He could play on the line over the tight end. He could also play off the ball as well. That type of versatility stood out to scouts when they went in there to Georgia. The lateral quickness at that size, speed he has is pretty special. Jacoby Dean got all the accolades there. Quay Walker was going to go ahead of him because of these physical traits. The ability to play here in space. Just a phenomenal athlete, and here he is as a blitzer. Look how fast he closes down that space. They brought Devondre Campbell back. Now he's got a run game.
Looks like a face mask on that tackle from the Tennessee guy.
Well, the Ravens traded back in for this pick, but they just traded it to the Bills, who are now on the clock. The Ravens have dropped down to 25. The Cowboys in between them, and then the Titans' original first-round pick of the night. As you know, they already traded up for A.J. Brown to go to Philadelphia. And that was the moment that Franco and Kenny Pickett learned the Pitt Panthers staying in Pittsburgh.
Where we're going? I ain't been here. I'm gonna go way up top right there. Where we're gonna start. How'd that sound? That sound good? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yes.
How powerful is an Invisalign smile? So powerful you can face
Yeah.
anything, even these faces.
On a burn up
Invis
here.
is a powerful thing. Invis is the clear aligner brand most trusted by doctors and more predictable. Invisalign.
I mean,
Introducing all new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a
I'm
shave
picking
as
them
quick and easy
over.
as washing your face.
Pepper, oh no, they didn't. Papa John just took all that pepperoni and stuffed it inside that garlic kiss crust. This here ain't just any pepperoni, oh no, no.
I got like a big old fingerprint right there in my.
Signature recipe right there delivers a kick of blended spices. Ow! Right to the kiss. Now that's an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen.
That's pretty cool. I don't know exactly what it's for, but.
Make every birthday
That's
special.
pretty neat.
Flowers, gifts, and more at 1-800-Flowers.com.
At Fingerhut, we don't define you by your credit score. We offer lower monthly payments than traditional buy now, pay later options on things you need as you build
Yeah,
your
no.
credit history with a Fingerhut Fetty credit account. At Fingerhut,
I got no more of them either. I wasted them. I got a long way to run to get where I need to go. Alright. Cool. I think I get there in a minute 19.
Always moving forward. Movado SE.
Here's a peek inside the green room built by Lowe's, where invited prospects are still waiting patiently, hoping to hear the commissioner call their names tonight. Tyler Gordon, George Karlaftis, Purdue Boilermaker, he is still waiting to hear his name. And Devin Lloyd, terrific football players, are still here in Vegas waiting for
The
their moment
lumberyard,
out
huh?
on the draft hall stage. Devin on his way into the draft hall from here asked me what my 40 time was. Told me he needed to wait till Saturday for Run Rich Run to be revealed. We're here in Las Vegas, making our way through the first round. It's just weird, I'll be honest, that it's not dark out completely and we're at a draft, you know, and we're in Vegas. It's a heck of a setting. People are loving it, and the trades have just gone nonstop ever since we hit the 10th overall pick. When we hit 11, that's when Washington made a trade with the Saints and so on and so forth. The Ravens traded back in to the first round. They traded the 3rd overall pick to that trade to Arizona was flipping them Hollywood. Now the Ravens and the Bills gave up a 4th round pick to move
Damn
up
it,
2
Virtual
spots.
Grew.
Their pick is in. The Cowboys are now
Should have turned around and tried to
We're
play
in
with him
Vegas,
instead of running.
hitting on a
Trying to get the high ground now.
start the trade.
yo?
Know what I mean?
Like we hit the yo?
Hit the yo.
Are we allowed to say that on the air? I mean, we are in Vegas for crying out loud.
Rich, I think we just did.
The C&E? You started hitting the C&E right around.
Jittery.
I mean, hey, 11 Vegas. Let's go.
Huh? So as you know, the Bills have been on the pass line quite a bit of late.
Damn it, virtual
one
group.
of the most entertaining games in the history of the playoffs. And I know when you say history of the playoffs, it sounds like an exaggeration. But the Bills and the Chiefs this year.
What I was
were
trying to
just
do,
so
couldn't get up there.
dynamite. I mean, they changed the overtime rules because of it. And you could see what they've done in this draft with Josh Allen, and they've hit quite a bit the defensive side of the ball. So let's see what they're going to do.
Don't have a good day. Have a great day.
I know you guys you went Brees Hall in your mock draft.
But why trade ahead of the Cowboys? The Cowboys aren't taking a running back. Right, so need to trade up for him. See what happens.
The Baltimore Ravens have traded the 23rd pick to the Buffalo Bills. With the 23rd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Kaiir Elam, defensive back, Florida.
Yeah, they need a corner. Tre'Davious White's going to miss a little bit of time here to start the season coming off of the ACL. But this is a height, weight, speed corner from Florida. Didn't get a chance to play the football as much this year as he had previously. But he is a physical press corner.
That's a
Understands
horrible
how
song.
to attack the ball once it's up in the air, find it, play it, knock it away. Again, didn't get the interception production that you would like later in his career, but he can play the football. Here he is with that speed, physicality, and the toughness. Get up and make a big play. That is a face-to-face, chest-up tackle for Kaiir Elam.
So yes, that's I don't know what is that. I don't know what that hat is. It's a bunch of sirens and a space helmet. Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones was not impressed by that helmet.
All right, I've been everywhere on the map. I've been everywhere. I have not been everywhere. I gotta go way over here.
That's the draft room of the Dallas Cowboys at the Star.
I have no idea where else
What do
to
you think the
go.
Cowboys do here?
Well, when you look
That
at
way.
Dallas Cowboys and their needs, you go in a couple different directions here. I thought offensive line, Tyler Linderbaum's still out there. He's the best center in this draft class. He's available. Edge rusher.
Yes.
Again, we keep saying it. Jermaine Johnson sticks out like a sore thumb on my list. He's my highest rated guy by a good margin.
Yeah, because remember, Randy Gregory's gone to Denver. Tank Lawrence needing a running mate there. And I don't know that they want to continue to have Micah Parsons do everything. Not that they don't want to have him pass rush, but the idea of him staying out there defensive end all the time, I don't think that's ideal for them. They want to use his abilities on the second level as well. So an edge rusher does make sense there. But you're right, DJ. Different ways they can go. What do you think, Coach?
You've got edge rushers, you've got interior defensive linemen, and you've got a couple of really good linebackers. One is here at the draft with us.
Yeah, Nakobe Dean still sitting there.
Just think, guys, throughout this process, we did say things would be turned upside down. Guys that we thought would go earlier ahead of their teammates have gone behind their teammates or their running mates in terms of this draft. I mean, just take a look at how it's gone. Quay Walker, the pro people knew, but most people outside thought Nakobe Dean all the way. And here's Quay Walker gone.
As we're waiting for the Cowboys, it looks like Jerry might be getting on the phone right now. Steven's going to put a prospect on the line with the head cheese right there. Do you think we've already gotten our verdict on what the league feels about the quarterback class? Do you think we've got that verdict?
Absolutely.
Daniel?
Absolutely. But we hit sideways stairs when I said that the Pittsburgh Steelers would have their choice of any of these quarterbacks at 20, and that's what happened. I still think we're going to get one more. I really do. We're going to get one more before we get out of the first round.
Perhaps someone trades with Minnesota again at 32, because that's typically where we're going to get the second one. Typically.
Kurt Warner?
I'll tell you what, I like DJ talking about the interior offensive line, but I love the idea of Jermaine Johnson or a pass rusher to go with Micah Parsons. We know how dynamic he was as a pass rusher, put him at the defensive end. But I thought where he was at his best is when you lined him up as a linebacker, you would twist him inside. You put him over the top of the guards on the inside. So I love the fact that if you can put two bookends on the outside that can rush the passer, and now you can use Micah Parsons as a chess piece, that could be a huge advantage for the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Now Randy Gregory is not there, so you're going to need another pass rusher to put in that mix. I know this is my money. It would be fun to watch Devin Lloyd and watch him
How
and
do
Micah
you
Parsons, but with their versatility,
back
how
away
you can
from it?
move them around as chess pieces. Dan Quinn did a phenomenal job last year, by the way.
George Karlaftis is still in the room as well.
Oh, yeah.
So the Dallas Cowboys, as you all know, got a full taste of Debo and the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs and wound up being one and done this year. And now
a sniper rifle?
no Amari Cooper, Randy
Yes.
Gregory has gone. They did hold on to Tank Lawrence. The offensive line is definitely being defrayed due to age, injury.
Oh, yeah.
Collins is now a member of
I
the
will.
Cincinnati
I'd rather run
Bengals.
around with an axe and pick up a fucking
You do have
revolver.
a wide receiver need on the card right here, but as you said, that's not really where you can go for value. The Cowboys have now taken it down to 2.5 minutes, it seems, before the Ravens get on the clock.
I still want to go back to the night that Zach Martin went instead of Johnny Manziel. I still want to have that 30 for 30, that feature that says, hey, this is what happened in the room that night because the urban legend was they wrestled the card out of Jerry Jones's hand.
Right, yeah.
What they did and that wasn't that room tonight. That room was very calm, knew where they wanted to go with that when they had conviction on this pick. And then we saw Stephen Jones calling it in. I can't wait to see who it is.
Was that part of the story that night that somebody went up to Jimmy Haslam on the street and said you should take Manziel too?
I mean, we had a lot going on there.
That.
Who's going to do the story?
What a scene. That's the spot where the red carpet took place tonight. Now fans are lining Las Vegas Boulevard, just taking in the scene right here. That's the draft hall across the street of Las Vegas Boulevard. Getting ready for the Dallas Cowboys pick. The pick is in. And the Baltimore Ravens are now on the clock, 25th overall. First West Coast draft ever.
Get out of the way.
Thought it in this town,
Dummy.
Las Vegas, Nevada. It's now dusk, and it's time for Vegas to turn the lights on and really light up the screen here in the 2022 NFL Draft. The Titans go after the Ravens. Again, that's their original pick. Tonight, the biggest story of the night is that the Titans traded up into the 18th spot. The Philadelphia Eagles traded them a 4th-round selection along with A.J. Brown for the rights for the Titans to do that, and then signed A.J. Brown to a $100 million
You want the med
contract,
kit or
south of $60 million guaranteed, and the Titans chose Traylon Burks as his replacement. That's the story of the night. Hollywood Brown went from the Ravens to Arizona. The Ravens are going to make that first-round selection. They earned for that in a moment. But first, the Cowboys.
With the 24th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Smith, tackle Tulsa.
All right, so they go offensive line.
Yeah, that was a need. Didn't know if it would be a tackle or interior blocker. That was my next highest rated tackle, and Tyler Smith, he is a mauler. And some of that results in some penalties. You have to dial that back a little bit at the next level. But I love the tenacity and the aggression with which he plays.
Well, I don't know. Do I just stay here?
I thought through this process,
I think I just
so
stay
many
here.
teams having needs at tackles.
Because
Teams
the circle's
thought
coming to
maybe we
me,
could
I
get in
think.
the second round a little while ago. You
Huh.
had to take him here. You weren't going to see him.
Protect this place.
We always end up seeing how those guys go and those tackles go later on. A number of teams still left on this board would have had interest in him, coach, and bringing him in and plugging him in.
I
go over there.
Down. Big, wide, long, athletic.
All right.
There's
so
nobody out here in these
the
islands.
jubilant head coach, along with the rest of the brass. Ian Rappaport, take it away.
Rich, the Cowboys took a hard look here at Tyler Smith's medical. He had a condition called Blunt's disease that affects the growth plates around his knee. He was bow-legged until high school. Then the doctors had to put his legs in cages, re-break his legs, and let them heal properly. Teams took a hard
There's
look at this.
nobody.
They deemed him fine, no issues going forward. Cowboys have a new tackle.
I mean, I've heard about breaking ankles on the field, but I mean, my gosh, that's what a journey
I thought I'd go
for
over
Tyler
there.
Smith to the NFL. Congratulations to him on becoming
go over
a
there and
Dallas
go over here and then
Cowboy,
come
a
back.
National Football Leaguer. When we come back, the Ravens are on the clock. Who do they trade back into the first round for? We'll find out in a moment.
Good. Do it. Hurt me a little bit.
Make every second more. Every
Not gonna pick up no damn shotgun at this point. If I could.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Lab with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
I was loud. Yeah, a fishing pole. Really? Why did that not grab a hold of?
The all-new LX600, ready for any arena.
Live in-game betting seems to be in a fever dream.
Peyton, I love what you and Eli are doing.
Thanks. It's a lot of fun to do. This gravy is outstanding.
Harpoon gun.
I just love the look of the Caesar Superdome. It was all Cleo's idea. She's the brains behind Team Caesar. Yeah, we knew that. Caesar tells the jokes around here. Now, which one of you legendary quarterbacks is going to pass me the grade? It's a legendary. Here, Caesar. Thank you, Eli.
Getting better.
Outdoors is all about the experience, the thrills, the rides, the memories. And we put that in a bottle. Clean ingredients like coconut oil, activated charcoal, and shea butter. Everyman Jack, naturally derived, outdoors inspired.
Oh.
Is it okay to call you Mom? Of course you can.
Hey everybody, Verizon Small Business Days is going over. Now, May 4th. Coming in. Or book an appointment online for some of our best offers on 5G plans, devices, and internet. Oh yeah, it's a party out here by the fountains. It's a party going on in Las Vegas. All lit up. The last quarter of the first round.
I haven't seen one freaking person yet.
And it's the Baltimore
There's
Ravens.
only 15
they
left.
chose 14th overall, took Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame, one of the top players on the draft board, fell all the way to 14th for him. Then about 15 minutes after that, kind of a surprise, he traded back into the first round, 23rd overall with Arizona, and for that they flipped a third-round pick, 100th overall, and Hollywood Brown to Arizona for that choice. And
Oh, you know how much gold you got? Oh, I got 171.
The Bills moved 2 spots down to now make this choice that they have 2 minutes and change left on.
There's been a flurry of activity here. Hollywood Brown, it's interesting seeing him leave the building. They still like their depth that they have there. I don't know if there's a wide
I bet that
receiver
circle
would be
moves
worth it
in.
here if you're the Baltimore Ravens,
They're gonna
but
come to
we've already
me.
addressed the secondary with Kyle Hamilton. There's some interesting corners that are still on the board. Andrew
Oh my God.
and Gordon from Washington.
What about defensive line? Because, I mean, Devontae Wyatt's still there, right?
You keep saying there's
Jermaine Johnson's still there. He's my highest. I got Jermaine Johnson and Devin Lloyd. Those are my 2 highest rated players
I
still
think
out there.
that big guy inside with Devontae Wyatt being him.
I think there's a lot of really good players in that front 7. Linebackers, defensive linemen, interior and exterior that have a chance to make some plays.
But it's kind of, you know, I don't know, a head scratcher to trade back into the first round for a pick that was 10 picks away when they did it, right? Or 8 picks away when they did it. A long time away from when they did it.
I haven't seen
They picked at
anybody.
14
Is
and
that's
got
just
right back on the
amazing.
board to come back in at 23. They must have had somebody that they had identified.
Isn't it?
Haven't been there. I think it's usually a
Isn't
handful
it?
of guys. When you look
Aren't
at it and
we?
say, okay, we like, and maybe it's Karlaftis is in that mix as well. Maybe it's a Daxton Hill, who they'll know very well from Michigan. You like a clump of guys, and you say, we're going to get one of them.
And remember, they lost all their runners last year.
Yes,
remember that poor day in the summer?
Awful.
Boom, 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 right?
Dobbins,
They also
Edwards.
don't have a pivot and an interior front. Blocking up front. Play like a Raven also means running the football.
The hell is that? Is that in the TV or?
Okay, so the Ravens pick is in, and the Titans'
They're
original
only on pick
selection
25.
they're about to use. They're about 90 seconds into that.
8 people
Roger
left.
Goodell
I haven't seen
coming out
one person yet.
For the 25th overall pick in this draft, the final 8 picks of the first round here in Las Vegas.
With the 25th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Tyler Lindenbaum, center, Iowa.
And once upon a time, I was in that personnel department, went to Iowa and got Marshall Yonda. That worked out. There's a great relationship. Ozzie Newsome, Eric DaCosta, and Kirk Ferentz. He got a huge endorsement for Tyler Linderbaum.
Wasn't Kirk Ferentz one time the offensive line
with the Browns?
Oh, with the Browns.
At Ozzie there.
But you remember last year, Kansas City was an all-pro. This is what they're expecting from him.
Yeah, you got the best center in the draft. He's quick. He is stout in the run game. He's stout in the pass game. He is also nasty and the best company the other guy. He's a finisher.
Yeah, I think he's the best center in this draft. He's a wrestler. There's an unbelievable video. We'll get to it of what he did.
Oh.
The guy gets to see doing the Charger games.
Damn, the whole time I was sitting there and I nobody, and then all of a sudden.
That quickness off the ball, be able to reach guys. It gives you so much creativity in your offense
Dummy.
when you have an athletic center who can do those things.
I didn't hear his
as
boat
well
come
as
up, though.
moving up to the second level, the ability to cut off linebackers.
Oh, let's watch him. Onslaught 1134. Not a very good sniper.
A center that can pull again. That's outstanding. Giving you that versatility to your run game. He can do
There,
that.
Halo man.
Get him out in space. Here's a glimpse of some of the athleticism that he has. Just
Didn't
ability
kill
to
him
run,
back
pick
there. He's
guys
gonna
off
sneak
in the
up and get
screen
your
game.
ass.
The Baltimore Ravens are going to love what he brings. This is Next Gen Stats powered by AWS. You see these overall draft scores. Tyler Linderbaum right below Breece Hall. That's good company to take. I mentioned the wrestling. How about Tristan Wirfs, one of his Iowa teammates who we've seen go on to have a phenomenal young
Onslaught 1134. You're getting ready to die.
on the wrestling mat.
Oh.
That plays very well
Oh,
on the
see?
Who else was a great wrestler in last year's draft? It was a center. Creed Humphrey.
There you go.
Joel Klatt.
Guys, this is the most Ravens draft of all time. I'm sitting.
And that's a badass weapon.
Favorite players in this draft. I was like,
What weapon is that?
From Notre Dame, I just absolutely love him. I think he's probably like 9-10-year All-Pro style safety. And Linderbaum, he's a 10-year
What is that he
All-Pro.
just
You
did?
draft him, he starts from day one.
Oh, he's
This
got
guy can be a
knives?
leader in your locker room as well. Not just a
Is that a
wrestler,
shot? Is that a
everything we're
shotgun?
talking about as well. He is farm tough. This guy is an excellent player, and the Baltimore Ravens, Kyle Hamilton and
That's
Tyler
a shotgun?
Linderbaum, two of the best players in the draft.
Oh, it is a shotgun.
Joe, appreciate the thoughts. Jets just moved back in the first round. Everybody, they flipped their best second-round pick. And they swapped third-round picks.
They're sniping your ass over there, huh?
Overall, and the Jets will then
Get him,
flip
Onslaught.
their final pick in the draft, which is a fifth-round pick, 163 overall to go.
Got 0 eliminations.
Sauce Gardner, who is my second player. They've got Garrett Wilson, who is my fourth player, and Jermaine Johnson is my ninth player. He's still out.
That
there.
it?
Those
Did
are
you
the
win?
Positions that they've really
Oh, no.
This will be the third first-round pick. This dude's like, forget about it. I thought I was going to go get a meal. You know what I mean? I was just... Forget about it. I mean, the last time the Jets chose 3 first-round picks was 2000 when they had 5. You know? So, there you have it. And Garrett Wilson 10th overall, and they move back in. And the pick is now in with the Bucs on the clock. So you think that's what it is? What else could it be?
We've been talking about picks. How is this guy still out there? And it's a position of need for the Jets.
And he hit a certain spot in the Jets said, go get him. Remember last year, they traded back to get Elijah Vera Tucker. Douglas, experience with this, and Mike's doing it. You go get James Johnson. Remember, you got to go chase down Josh Allen at some point.
Senior Bowl, where the Jets got a chance to see him up close, so they're going to know him as well as anybody.
Why did he drop so much?
I'm going to find out after the season. I know, it's something.
Oh, he got you. King vibes.
Ends up being Jermaine Johnson, if indeed he tends to be the pick here.
Yeah, the Jets still have a second-round pick at the top of tomorrow night's draft at 38. They had the 69th overall that they've now dropped down, about 30-some-odd spots to 101, 2 fourths and a 5, and 3 first-rounders.
If they do go in this direction, think about Carl Lawson coming back off the Achilles injury, Quinnen Williams inside.
All right, here's the commissioner of the NFL with a surprise 3rd first-round choice of the New York Jets here in Las Vegas.
The Tennessee Titans have traded the 26th pick to the New York Jets. With the 26th pick in the 2022
Those are like 2 picks for the Jets so far.
The New York Jets select Jermaine Johnson, linebacker, Florida State.
Damn. That 2 or 3 picks for the Jets.
I think your Jets might be cooking with gas.
Look,
I did not think there was a chance in a million years that they would come away with 3 top 9 players, at least as I see them in this draft class. I didn't see that happening.
And you got 2 heavy personalities out of the whole deal, too. I mean, you've taken Sauce and Jermaine, stylish.
What the hell is that? Damn candy cane.
He's not just a pass rusher. He is long. He is physical. He is aggressive. I marked this when I was looking at him. 70 tackles for defensive end. Where you look back at him in TFLs and sacks, but 70 tackles means he's playing in the run game also.
And not on a great football team overall. He had to make a lot of plays, and they were out of some of those games, and he stayed in with the effort. But I thought he had a run up to the draft that was as good as a defensive player had.
They couldn't block, but
They say not blocking at the Senior Bowl. That whole process was big for him. Know about moving to Georgia to find an opportunity. Not only did he find the opportunity, he made the most of it. ACC Defensive Player of the Year. So give this young man credit. Jamison Williams left Ohio State found his way.
I saw mock drafts was a top 5 pick. I guess that's why you mock it.
I thought he might go because I had him at 7 at the Giants. I've had him at 9 with Seattle. Have him in a few different places.
The whole process, I had him and Kayvon Thibodeau next to each other. They're both going to be in New York. You think those careers might be tied together as they go forward with Jets and Giants fans to see who ends up being the better of the two?
Normally, as quarterbacks, you tie together like that. This might be Brett pass rusher.
No doubt. He looks excited to be joining the Jets. A lot of young talent on this football team. Big-time speed. He can crush the pocket. And when you think of that size and length that he has, just reminded me of Daniil Hunter and what he's done in his career with the Minnesota Vikings. The hands, push-pull, right? You're going to get a little push, pull. This is a sack, force, fumble, recovery, touchdown. That's about as good as you can do on a play if you're a defensive lineman. Here he is wrapping around the edge. He can flatten to the quarterback. There is a little bit of tightness, as with Thibodeau, but you have big-time power. He can beat you outside, he can beat you through your numbers, or he can beat you with an inside move.
They got some good picks, the Jets did.
He also has a nice inside counter. Here's that swipe move using his hands. There's polish to his game. There's a reason why he had all that production. And watch what he does with Derek Kennard here at the end of a Senior Bowl practice.
That's a well put together young man, Derek Kennard. He was the best blocker in the SEC last year.
And the Jets got a defensive front now, guys.
I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say, to be very honest with you, other than just Joe Douglas should run for mayor for crying out loud. I mean, Gardner,
and you got
Wilson, Johnson,
Sauce.
And they also got a second-round pick in their back pocket for tomorrow night at the top of Friday night. Melissa Stark, take it away.
Jason, I know you're excited. He's got a big smile and certainly has the style for the New York area. What do you think?
I'm so excited, man. I knew when I went on that visit it was something special, and they said they'd come get me, and they came got me. I got the best fan base. We're in New York, and we're going to win some games.
They're all fired up out there in the audience for you. You know, there's a saying, good things come to those who wait. when you were sitting back there, it give you a little extra motivation?
Oh, 100%. I'm a man of faith, but at the same time, I know what I'm worth. But I'm so glad the Jets came and got me. We'll wreak havoc.
Awesome. I'm sure they're glad to hear that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Melissa. So the Jaguars just hopped in to choose 27th overall. They gave up the first pick to tomorrow night's
shotgun.
proceedings
Yes.
to Tampa for the right to choose right now. The Packers, Patriots, and Chiefs behind them. That's how we're rolling to break here, as the first ever draft in Las Vegas, Nevada is soon to come to a close. And what a night for the Jets. 4th overall, they go Sauce Gardner. And then Garrett Wilson, 10th overall. And then moments ago, Jermaine Johnson. Top 10 in so many people's draft boards. He just
rocket
went to
launcher.
them 26th overall.
Okay.
Be ready for any arena in the all-new LX600.
Make every coin toss feel like make every tackle, sack, drop, push, and steal mean more. Make every dunk fly dunk and make golf more. Sorry. Make every second more. Every game more. Standing solo dancing. With FanDuel, you can make every moment of the game more.
Oh.
Greetings, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Where the hell is he? What the hell? I'm right here.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I forgot to drive. We got plenty of time. 3 minutes.
How powerful is an Invisalign smile? So powerful, you can see everything, even these faces. Invis is a powerful thing.
Good potion.
Invis is the clear aligner brand most trusted by doctors and more predictable. Invisalign.
Need a sniper.
The Draft Tracker presented by Alexis for you to keep abreast of everything going on here in Las Vegas. I'm telling you, man, the first 10 picks, they went fast, and then the trades started coming fast and furious. Hollywood Brown traded by the Ravens to the Cardinals to move into the first round. A.J. Brown traded from Tennessee to Philadelphia to choose Traylon Burks. You see Jermaine Johnson and Jordan Davis. Oh, Irv, you are not drafted, sir, but
he went old school.
He is definitely styling. He's definitely
Look at that. He's got old school rate going.
Well done, Irv. Well done, Michael Irvin, the playmaker. Look at that scene. Going on
sniper.
behind us. Unbelievable.
That's one.
So the Jaguars are now picking. They coughed up the first pick of tomorrow night's proceedings, the 33rd overall pick, a 4th and a 6th. To come back into the first round and take this player to go along with the first pick in the draft, Javon Walker.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have traded the 27th pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. With the 27th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Devin Lloyd, linebacker, Utah.
Best available player Again, he's my 13th player, so to get him all the way down here, I see why they
Got
wanted
one
to
of
trade
them, right?
back
Yeah.
to add him to Trayvon Walker. That's a good young nucleus they have now on that Jacksonville
And a sniper.
defense added with Josh Allen, Charles.
Miles Jack no longer there. Devin Lloyd gets his opportunity to tackle.
What you
Derrick
think?
Henry.
Oh.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, congratulations. Look what you've won.
And well, tell them what they've won, Don Bardo.
Yeah,
I've got to tackle him. You've seen him, Coach.
Yeah, I've got the words just complete linebacker. Can blitz inside, can blitz outside, can cover. He's a great tackler. When he gets his hands on you, you go down and you go down hard. This guy's a really, really good football player, and we have a special moniker we give certain guys, and it's home record. This guy's a home record. You try to run away from him, he runs you down, you can't run at him. He's a special football player.
University of Utah, Coach, they have done very, very well over the years putting guys into the league. You compete against them every year now. What is it that you see that they're putting out there?
Well, you know, they do a great job. Kyle Whittingham does a great job recruiting, does a great job developing the talent. We've said over the years that, you know, when you play Utah, we want to be like playing those two big physical teams that get after it.
Sure.
This young man's one of those guys that makes the game really, really physical.
He's going to Duval
Bunch of
County.
people over there. Oh, shoot,
Jacksonville
this
Jaguars.
bank.
They get Trevon Walker first overall up front, then they move back in to the first round, trading the first overall pick of night 2. Oh, that's the home wrecker right there. Commissioner record too.
Almost suplexed him. Charles, you talked about his
far
stopping
away.
power as a tackler. There it is. There was a great example of it right there. Chest to chest.
I had a damn sniper.
Right there.
There we go. A little chiropractic maneuver for the
Is
commissioner.
that a
of the
player
NFL.
or is that a...
Adjustment. And Devin Lloyd's going to Jacksonville.
Yeah, and we're going to show you the plays here. Fred Warner is the comparison.
Player
for me in
right
terms of
there.
that
They're all over the
range
place.
and
I ain't got no
depth
damn
he has.
snipers.
His ability to rush and cover. He's a unique player off the ball for Utah. He's very physical in the hole.
Oh, snap. You see that?
Pads on you, you go down. As a Sam linebacker, he can play in space. He's very comfortable
Guys
out
just
there.
killing
Got
each other.
outstanding instincts. Here's his ability to chase on the backside. This guy's motor never slows down. And in the passing game, he's done this a bunch. Jump in lanes.
Are they
use
teaming
those
up
long
over
arms,
here or what?
And show you the athleticism. How about that one-handed interception? And sorry, Coach, again, I apologize for this one. What are you doing with these pick six? I didn't purposefully choose the Stanford highlights.
To be fair, there are probably about 10 plays that you could have put from our game. He was
Oh, wow, look at that lift.
Extension.
My gosh.
Does that remind, was it Danny Shelton? Remember the Danny Shelton lift? Very similar.
Oh, run over there real.
That's a very impressive maneuver right there. Devin Lloyd, welcome to the NFL. Melissa, take it away.
That was pretty impressive. And Devin Lloyd said, is that your mom right down there? Oh, that's so great. He's waving to people in the crowd. You said you were born to play football. And you're obviously fired up with what we just saw with the commissioner. So what about the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I'm just ready to go and turn up, you know, win a Super Bowl. Man, this is humbling. I'm blessed to be here. I don't know what to say, man. Duval, man. Let's turn up, man.
True leader. We just saw an incredible piece that Steve Smith Sr. did on you. And everything
There's two of them. You guys are teaming up on me or what? Damn it.
They're probably smiling down on you right now.
They are. I know they are. I know they are. I know they're watching over me, Ty, Aaron. I love y'all. I love y'all.
Damn, it's 10 o'clock already, man. Time is flying. It's nice.
This is a dream come true.
This being my last stream for the week. I won't be streaming tomorrow.
Representing 22.
I am going camping with the family. Hell yes. Get off of work. Go spend a couple days at the lake. It's going to be very awesome.
He already knows his new neighborhood, that's for sure.
Oh.
Well done. Joel?
Well, he just touched on that, but he was the emotional leader of that team. Remember, he comes back for his senior year. Two of his teammates, Ty Jordan, Aaron Lowe,
Good.
going down, and he brought that
What?
team together.
A minute.
He came back for one reason, and that was to do what they hadn't done so well, which was win a Pac-12 title. All he did was go out there, 22 tackles for loss, 8 sacks, 4 interceptions, Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, and the Pac-12 title. He delivered because he's an emotional leader, guys.
Man of the Year award presented by Nationwide is the NFL's highest honor, and this year's recipient was Andrew Whitworth.
your
Oh.
calls you have a passion for. You can invest your time, you can invest your finances, or you can invest your voice. Doesn't matter which. We just have to keep investing.
We're going that way.
Let your heart lead you.
We're going that way.
Sir Payton NFL Man of the Year Award presented by Nationwide, Andrew Whitworth.
He deserved it. He did good.
The 32-man draft tonight will go on to do great things on the field.
Green Bay got another pick.
Tremendous impacts in their communities.
How'd they get so many damn first-round picks?
Exemplified that more than Walter
We wasted ours on Khalil Mack.
Named in his honor, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, is the most prestigious award a player can receive.
Poor guys.
Tonight, we are proud to have Andrew Whitworth, the 2021 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, here with us.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank y'all. Whose house? That's what I'm talking about. I am very humbled and grateful to stand before you in 2021 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. I would love to thank the NFL, the Payton family, and Nationwide for everything they do to support players as we try to make positive impacts in our communities. When I look back over my time in the NFL and my career over 16 years and a Super Bowl champion, one of the most rewarding things about it was the platform I was able to build to help change people's lives with a lot of other teammates across the NFL. And I want to take this opportunity to challenge players in the NFL and encourage you. And the prospects of this NFL draft, take advantage of that opportunity. Don't let it go. Let's leave a legacy that lasts longer than just the game field. It shows who you are that'll last for generations. Thank you so much for your time.
Pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers.
I know a lot of people keep waiting for this wide receiver, Rich, but it's just not there. The value's not there. I think this is smart by the Green Bay Packers. Just trust the board. There's going to be more wide receivers in this draft. Get Aaron Rodgers some help. The value, again, it wasn't there at 22. It wasn't here right now either. These are two really good defensive players they've added to their front seven.
Devontae Wyatt going from Georgia's defense along with Travon Walker tonight, and also Jordan Davis and Quay Walker. So Quay Walker and Devontae Wyatt, two Georgia Bulldogs from the national championship team, going to Green Bay.
Yeah, they got two for the price of the one on that pro day. Nicely done by the Green Bay Packers. This is an interior disruptor. In the NFL, you've got to be able to stop the outside zone with penetration up front, and you've got to be able to rush the passer. And this is a player in Devontae Wyatt who's going to be able to do both of those things. What a loaded group they had down there in Athens.
Look at that. So Green Bay fans should just trust the process is what you're saying. Because the last time the Packers chose a first-round wide receiver is still Javon Walker in 2002.
They find him outside of round one. They're going to do it again.
Okay. Remember that rip they had in 2018 where they picked 3.
A night of Commissioner hugs. And Devin Lloyd just set the new standard. Lift. It's like a clean jerk. Like lift from Olympics right there.
Use your legs. Use your legs.
Definitely. And your core. Back with the rest of this first round in a moment.
more predictable. Invisalign.
Be ready for any arena in the all-new LX600.
Now get anything delivered with Uber Eats, but take it from me. That doesn't mean you can eat. Yes. Burger? That is eat. Paper towels? Don't eat. Don't eat unless you're a good boy. That's a stumper. This game just got really hard. It's an eats, but it's a don't swallows.
What the hell? Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking.
I intend to push. This is what I was doing earlier, and I thought I was in a tutorial group. Must be playing with the little kiddos or something.
We all have obstacles, challenges at different points in life. I still push myself every single day. Somewhere that I push myself. When someone released the pressure, it was so crazy. Covered and gives you more. That has a compounding effect on all aspects of your life. Stepping into a pair of those, there's nothing like it.
After the draft tonight, don't miss a free concert from Weezer live from the Draft Theater. Visit NFL.com/OnePass for your free entry to the NFL Draft Concert Series presented by Bud Light. The Patriots is in. The Eagles in their slot 21st, move down to 29, so the Chiefs could move up to take Trent. The Chiefs' other pick coming in of their own, the way the one they got. That pick is also in, so we've got two quick announcements coming up. Bengals are down from run on wide receivers that has left
Gotta be a bot.
first round upgrades on receivers on the board. The Packers 2 picks went to Georgia defensive players. Here's the Patriots pick.
With the 29th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Cole Strange, guard.
He was one of my favorite picks. Get him in the third. Going all the way up there in the first round. I had him in the early 70s, but this dude is he's a coach's favorite. You can see with him. The competes he showed at the Senior Bowl, Charles, stood out. He would lose a rep, get right back in there.
Joel Klatt, our colleague, said that Baltimore has the most Baltimore draft ever. Is that not a New England pick, guys?
Look at these folks. They have no idea. Bill, we trust. You know?
Accuracy sucked, but I got 6 kills.
Everybody's like, Logan Mankins, what were we doing? Logan Mankins became an all-pro. Starting guard. Yeah.
All right, one more, guys. One more. This game is so much more forgiving than Warzone. Warzone, you're dead. As soon as you get shot once, you're dead. Just saying. I think I found a game I like better than Warzone. Just saying.
How about them apples?
I don't know if I'd like the build thing, because that's all that.
History of
Yeah.
Chattanooga, the common draft for placing the 89th overall pick back in his day of Terrell Owens.
The Mox.
There you go.
Don't mess with the Mox.
All right, here's the Chiefs, 30th overall. Nice moment for Duke Boilermaker. He's going to Kansas City.
It's good value there with Karlaftis.
Last game.
And Kansas City, a lot of people thought they might package these picks to go up and get a wide receiver. I think they feel just fine about the wide receiver core. Joel, they needed to get better on defense, and they've done that so far tonight with a corner and now a pass rusher.
This guy has elite drive. He just never stops. He was actually born and raised in Greece, and when his father passed away, he moved back to the States with his mom. Didn't play football till the first time until he was 13 years old. Finished his senior year of high school with 56 tackles for loss, guys. He plays as hard as anybody that I covered in college football. An absolute monster on the edge.
Exhale from George.
Coach Shaw, you're
Looks like he's going up, but I'm going down so much faster.
He's built like a water polo player, big, long, but look at that build. This guy is big lowers. He is strong. He is physical.
That guy
I love
beat
what Joel
me
said
by
too.
a
This
mile.
guy gets off blocks. He's not going to beat you explosive quickness, but he puts his hands on you and he gets off blocks.
The next step for him is finishing some of these, right? The pressures are there. Completing the sacks is the next step for him.
But I got to tell you, he's going to get a little more opportunity to play with the lead with the Chiefs.
Play with the lead.
College at Purdue.
And know what else this does? Keeps Chris Jones inside where he needs to be. You know, Chris Jones likes to bounce out, play defensive end. He's at his best at D tackle. Karlaftis helps him keep him there.
All right, let's show you what he looks like here on the field.
Wow.
Joel mentioned it, just how hard he plays. I thought he did a nice job in space. Some were concerned about that. I thought he went to the combine, dispelled any concerns you would have going through the linebacker drills, did a nice job. He is a pure power rusher. Talk about the ability to kind of pry open that outside shoulder. He works half of a man, is able to just collapse through that shoulder, and then he gets home. Again, this is kind of what you're talking about, Charles. These are pressures. That's not a sack, but that'll show up as an impact play for his defense. You can kick him inside, let him rush over the guard, and talked about that water polo background. He's a member of Greece's national team here, their under 16 team. That is a grueling sport. That's a different kind of shape you got to be in to play water polo.
So much action is going on, that churning on that. Coach, I mean, you see it out there. They are physical when they're playing water polo.
I'm at one of the best water polo places on the planet, and it is physical below the ground. They're pushing and shoving under the water, gaining ground.
It's on.
George Karlaftis now on the deep end of the AFC West pool. Melissa Stark, take it away.
Well, Rich, some young kids dream of this moment their entire lives, grow up dreaming of it. You didn't even move to the United States from Greece until 8 years ago. When did something like this become a reality for you?
Maybe like 5 years
By the way,
ago.
dude.
You know, I haven't been playing this game for very, very long, and I feel like my best football's ahead of me, you know, so this is what I've been obsessed with ever since then, and ready to go win some Super Bowls.
Well, talk about winning Super Bowls. You're joining a great division with some fantastic quarterbacks. Are you ready to get after them?
Oh, yeah, I can't wait.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fun stuff right there. And then again, Cole Strange out of Chattanooga. What must his night be like? He's sitting around thinking, can I be a first rounder? And then the phone rings and it's Bill Belichick.
50 right here, right?
Welcome to the NFL. And then George Karlaftis gets out of the green room. 2 more picks to go in Las Vegas. Bengals and then the Vikings to send us to night 2.
How powerful is an Invisalign smile? So powerful, you can face
Same thing.
anything, even these faces.
That gun go?
Invis is a powerful thing. Invis is the clear aligner brand most trusted by doctors and more predictable. Invisalign.
Live in-game betting is intimate and a fever dream.
Hey, I love what you and Eli are doing.
Thanks. It's a lot of fun to do.
Uh-oh.
This gravy is outstanding. I just love the look of the Caesar Superdome. It was all Cleo's idea. She's the brains behind Team Caesar. Yeah, we knew that. Caesar comes so tonight. Now, which one of you legendary quarterbacks are going to pass me the gravy?
Ooh.
That's a legendary. Thank you, Eli.
See that thing John Moran has? That thing he uses to warm up and stay loose before he throws it down.
Ugh.
That thing 20 feet now uses on course between shots. Ooh, that's money. That thing Robin and I used before. Smash me into the back of the net. That thing that's for everyone.
Come on fire. Not sure. Damn, it burnt the whole house down. I think that was a bot.
Like 600, ready for any arena.
You can now get anything delivered with Uber Eats. But take it from me, that doesn't mean you can eat anything you get. Burger, that is an eat. Cows, bananas, eats every morning. Dog toy, don't eat unless you're a good boy. Toothpaste, that's a stumper. This game just got really hard. It's an eats. Don't swallow.
As soon as we are done, NFL Total Access, all the post-first round draft analysis and reaction from Las Vegas. Ian Rappaport, you have the floor.
Rich, Malik Willis, the Liberty quarterback, is still on the board, and it's pretty clear Bengals don't need a quarterback unless the Vikings take him. He's looking at being there for the second round, a surprise, and I would say the biggest concern here is how ready he is for the NFL. A couple of teams that could look to him tomorrow: the Seahawks, Colts, Falcons, maybe Lions.
But of course, if you want a 5th year of contractual control on your quarterback, now would be the time to move in and get him. But the Bengals pick is in, and the Vikings are 3 minutes away from making a selection. So we'll see what happens. But here's the pick of the AFC champion Bengals.
With the 31st pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals select Jackson Hill, defensive back, Michigan.
So the second Wolverine selected in the first round tonight. Hutchinson 2, and from the school playing football in Cincinnati.
I thought there was a chance they might go to another Wolverine here with David Ojabo. They go with Jackson Hill. They've always loved Big Ten players there with the Cincinnati Bengals.
That's got to be a bot.
Can cover, can blitz. Really, really good football player.
Joel, I know you saw a ton of this guy in the Big Ten. What was your take on him?
He can do everything. His best traits was tackle in space. Guys, he's got long. The slot is amazing. He can play deep in the middle of the field. He can push the edge. He almost ended Graham Merck's day in State. You know, they're the reason why Michigan State beat the Buckeyes.
But every year when I'm watching tape of these guys, jumps out at me. Dax Hill was that guy for me this year, and it's funny, we were talking a little bit earlier about the Baltimore Ravens get Kyle Hamilton and add a third safety to the mix. Pittsburgh loves to play with 3 safeties. You look at Cincinnati and say, well, they got 2 good safeties. We add a third, but what I love about Dax Hill is, to me, he reminds me a lot of Tyrann Mathieu, or maybe a Charles Woodson later when he played safety.
That was a bot.
In the slot where they
Playing
can
against
use
bots.
their instincts. Whether it's blitzing, as you said, Joel, whether it's sitting back.
There's no way I'm that much better. No damn way.
On opposing quarterbacks.
Well, it's time to wrap up the first round in the first night of a draft in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the Minnesota Vikings. Once again, this was the Lions pick that they got from the Rams as part of the Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford trade. And the skull chant going at the Vikings draft party. They thought it would happen as the 12th overall pick, but the Lions moved all the way up to go get Jamison Williams and flip Minnesota a better draft position in the 2nd round and a 3rd round pick to go along with it. Kevin O'Connell is the new head coach there from the Los Angeles Rams. What do you think the Vikings are going to do here with the final pick of our first night?
Well, I look at the secondary. You look at the corners that are still out there. Booth is still out there from Clemson. Gordon's still out
there's
there
no way.
from Washington. I thought there was a chance with where they were picking earlier.
I mean, I'm good, but
that's a different class of corner than the ones they would have had an opportunity with all the way up there.
Not that
But I
good.
think you can get some starters out of this group.
A lot of the thought process was that Derek Stingley might still be available at 12 in the early going before this draft started.
That ship sailed early in the evening.
Really fast, but you were right. Corner was an obvious target. And it's interesting, Rick Spielman no longer the GM there. He drafted a lot of corners. Brand new GM there, Kwesi Mensah-Adolfo, and of course the new head coach Kevin O'Connell. They get to start their footprint now.
So the Vikings
Can I go this way?
will wrap up this night.
No.
Oh, there's the Mandalorian here. That's odd. Very good. Turning in the draft hall into Tatooine right here is.
This is the way.
Nice. Well done. I was about to say many parts of Vegas looks like the Star Wars.
A bad guy.
Every now and then, certainly as it gets later into the night. But look at this city all lit up as only it can be. Home of an NFL.
What I got, right?
Normally, it's, as you mentioned earlier, it's nighttime when we do all of this.
Yeah.
But how about the ramp into nighttime here for the first time ever on the West Coast? Pretty dramatic, pretty good place for it. And guys, 32. Normally, this is the spot we talk about. Does someone come back and get a quarterback? I know that Mike Zimmer wasn't a huge fan of Kellen Mond last year.
Yeah, I remember that when they asked him, do you want to see more from Kellen Mond?
No.
And he said no.
Nope.
See him all the time.
And that was it.
That was for the final game of the season.
But now he's getting to be reevaluated by Kevin O'Connell and his staff. This doesn't feel like them going to get a quarterback for a 5th-year option.
Tell you what, I'm
Okay,
already looking at it.
see we're running to next.
But I'm looking at some of the names that you still have out
Right
there.
here.
It's going to be a great night. There's a lot of good.
Throw some names out there.
I'm looking at Boye Mafe from Minnesota, Booth, who we talked about, Kenneth Walker, back.
Oh.
Obviously, hasn't come off the board. Yeah, we've got Brees Hall. We've got all kinds of options here for teams tomorrow.
And there's N'Kobe Dean, Malik Willis. You mentioned quarterback spot. Tonight's coverage began. That'll be at 7 Eastern time, 4 o'clock in the afternoon out here in Las Vegas. And then it'll be an early rise on Saturday morning. Who knows, some of us might feel like we were in the hangover by that point in time. At 8 in the morning local time here for the final day. But here comes the commissioner to wrap up the first night. What's he got around his neck right there? See what's going on.
Sauce led it to him.
With the 32nd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Lewis Cine, defensive back, Georgia.
So we had one last pick to shoehorn in one more defender from the national champion
And
Georgia
that brings
Bulldogs.
us to the conclusion of round 1.
Up here.
And scene.
Oh, nicely done.
To wrap up the first round of the NFL draft here in
That
Las
brings
Vegas.
us to the conclusion of round 1 of the 2022 NFL Draft. Thank you to all of you, well over 100,000 people, for being here and watching with us. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. Thank you.
Daniel? Yeah, Lewis Cine, one of the leaders for that Georgia defense. Big-time hitter. He's got outstanding eyes. Really love the way he runs the alley. Some of the inconsistency was in some of the man coverage stuff. I don't think he's going to have to do that. I think you can play him high. That's where he's comfortable. They say this guy knows the defense, Joel, inside and out. He could teach that defense to anybody that came into Georgia. Joel, I know you love Lewis Cine as well here. What do you think of him?
Well, I do, and I was just going to say, like, it's not really about the scheme, although it was good. I don't want to take anything away from Kirby Smart. But, boys, 5 Bulldog defenders go in the first round. That sets the record. There has never been a defense with that many players selected in the first round. And we didn't even see one of the leaders, the middle linebacker, N'Kobe Dean, selected tonight. Could have been 6.
8 people left.
6. That's just how good they were. Cine is phenomenal. He flies up through the alley. A good tackler. This was a physical defense, and I can tell you it was a big reason why they won that national championship.
Nobody on my.
Davis, Walker, Wyatt, Cine. Kurt?
I'll tell you what, fellas, a lot of uncertainty coming into this draft, and it didn't. What a night we've had up to this point. A couple things that stand out to me. Love what Philly did. Jordan Davis make the big trade for A.J. Brown. And then, Rich, I do not know where we're hanging out tonight, but there is no way you're sleeping after this first round by the Jets. They did an unbelievable job.
That's right. Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, it's drinks are on me. And thanks to Joe Douglas for nailing it this draft for all the Jets fans, as it seemed. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Kurt. We will see you tomorrow night. Well, I guess luck was an Aiden tonight to start off for the Lions, and Trayvon Walker started all off for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That wraps it up for our first round of first night coverage here from Las Vegas, Nevada, for Daniel Jeremiah and Charles Davis and head coach of Stanford, David Shaw. I am your host, Rich Eisen, signing off from Vegas. NFL Total Access starts right now.
We'll dive into so much of breakdown tonight in this crazy night.
Damn an MXE4X. All right, guys. That was a good time. I enjoyed it. I enjoy playing Fortnite now. It's a shooting game. It's not as slow as PUBG, which is really slow. It's not as fast as Warzone. Warzone is a killer for me. Warzone, you have to be fast. The Caldera Island sucks, so you got to be good at Rebirth. I suck at Rebirth. So, anyway, I'm going to call it good. Thanks for the reviews. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the share. I do appreciate it. I won't see you until Monday. I will be camping. I'm camping all weekend. I am not scheduled for tomorrow. Actually, Fridays I'm taking off from here on out. It's just going to be Monday through Thursday. So, have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Begdo Hodge out.